life go. Drink, fun, play and grow. Healthy life go. Wholesome to body and friendly too. Healthy life go. Real juice and vitamins shape you to glow. Healthy life go, no preservatives, no added sugar and good taste, you know. Healthy life go. Many flavors and delicious also. Healthy life go. Good life with healthy life.
Oh, her eyes make the stars look like they're not shining. Her hair falls perfectly without her trying.
I know.
And I tell her every day. Yeah, I know. When I compliment her, she won't believe me. And it's so sad to think that she don't see what I see. But every time she asks me, do I look okay? I say, when I see your face, there's nothing
The network made for friends.
I would change.
MTN, welcome to the new world.
In the morning, Vega food. Noontime, Vega food. In the evening, Vega food. It's all you need. In the morning, Vega food. Noontime, Vega food. In the evening, Vega food. It's all you need. Gives you energy, vitality. Vega food. Gives you ability to get what you want. Vega food. Gives you energy, vitality. Vega food gives you ability to do what you need. Vega food. Ooh, yeah. Vega food. Better food for better life.
My mommy is the best cook in the world. My mommy is the best cook in the world. My mommy is the best cook in the world. My mommy is the best cook in the world. Mommy!
Everyone loves to be appreciated, and with Pomo tomato paste, you can easily cook a variety of great tasting meals for your loved ones. No wonder with Pomo,
It's easy to be the best cook in the world.
Pomo.
Mommy is the best cook in the world.
My name is Isaac Kotin. And they learned this job for 2 years now. Next year by this time, I'll go open my shop too. Face people's cars and them things. If the job, if you look your eyes on it, always, you go get more car to face. Saturday night, yeah, Charlie, I'll go out with my friends. We'll go chill. After wife and kid, yeah, you know they now. That's why they use condom. I know say one day I go marriage and get pickings, but I won't let the job finish.
Make the choice that's best for you.
Condom. Female condom.
Life choices. It's
Fandango, an exciting fruit drink blended from natural fruit juices that lend life and fun to all occasions. Fandango is enriched with vitamin C and good for everybody, whether young or old. Fandango, a cool and refreshing thirst-quenching fruit drink. Fandango comes in 2 distinctive flavors, citrus and tropical. Enjoy its richness and delight. Fandango, packed in pre-packs and bottles. Fantastic Fandango, a refreshing fruit drink from Fan Milk.
Gluconate for family life. When you want the energy, keeps you on the move. Gluconate is the
energy booster gluconate. Gluconate for an active life, instant energy all day long. Contains real fruit juice and vitamins. Contains no caffeine. Drink the flavor of your choice. Enjoy the feeling when recuperating. Enjoy the gluconate power. Good life with healthy life.
Use engine cream when in by smooth.
I'm out for a profound quality engine cream near engine soap at Tumo, and you soap Yama or Bassimedia. Ahokika, Anansi, a yam, or de point, a crop, people's name on many Arabia, and you cream to us a precope. Remember you are about your nice answer before, and you soap, the Beboa.
Ow! Many mamma engine cream, more than any minute smooth type of fefe. In name of friend, I had you be our year. Oh!
Angel cream ne angel soap. Redia etia pona enfe. Kumasi Angel Herbal Center number 051-21735.
Hello and Merry Christmas. I know Ghanaians love my rice. That's why this Christmas I have a special premium quality rice for you. It's my U.S. long grain rice. And I've made a special Christmas bag just for you. Hurry today and buy a bag or two for Christmas. Whatever you do, make this Christmas one with the Rice Master.
Just send us the messenger to warn you about this HIV.
Yes, my friend.
Stand firm or you gonna feel it.
Collaboration.
You can maintain one lover. It's not on, it's not in. You can wait until marriage. Love life. Stop it.
Good, tick tock, my bedroom. You don't want to catch me, so what's a rubber? Oh, one time. Yata, you go doctor, no king time. We rap him, me number myself. And yeah, but you have it now with them in time. Me no one come say, oh, mess up you. Number them who them tick tock, I'm out for much of you. Yaren Boa, off a war. Nitty, Pino, Pompo, Mochum, by anything. I'm a smart nip him. Me Mademo, Magabu, Mawaga, Dolala Yahalaga, Maba Ace, Namanago, a Kukuga. Anya Chicago, Yenya Dam Debo, Nama Jiba Yakodo Yola, Lama de Ka, Adona Zanu Yoyanaba, Condom La, Nasila Doya Wunako, in Chifafa, Nanapa Dukona no Jim, Kabakaba, Cho, Kabakaba, Kabakaba, Masada Kumuke, Zamuku, Gargadi, the one the Mugunchiwo HIV, Kekachewa, the Baba, Dama, Wallahi Kunjiko, one and Chiwa HIV, Wallahi, Bashir, one and Gargadi, Friction, Yerebuto, Kokaki, Kokaso, Wallahi, Mumfada.
It is real, my brethren. You can maintain one lover. What's the bar I come to warn you? It's not on, it's not in. But I'm killer, this is not so. You can wait until marriage. We got no remedy. Stop it.
It's all about the AIDS. You don't want me to now. Don't forget about your condom. I know from the rubber socks. You know who you are. I'm not telling you.
My lad, yes, you we are better to recognize. Rose years, you never come live in a paradise. 1 hour years make you feel freeze like ice. Natural robbers make you die like flowers. Mothers and women, them a die like houseflies. Don't use it, please take and recognize. And just think twice again. My lad. Singapore, show who can fall. Say he can't catch ya, hold up on his motto. It's your way, Sagapa, Bia, Arawambo. Enti down yanko, so down yanko, Munyan Bonnie down, Mayamini Winnie, Wakwan, you know. Now Sunday Baba. Rastafari money.
It's not on, it's not in.
It is a killer, killer, killer to my brain. Can't stop it. Oh, mama, hear my cry.
And you're ready, and I'm the common at your drink, and then we could be saying, I see I saw question. You've been a year now when you're my home. Answer. You're a kiss and nanny, take it to the international crew. You're gonna call on the room. When you get dollar more, www.com with me to the summer home. Some of you are shot. Now we are some my attack, rat me up on Chamakama to
Charlie, there is nothing wrong with having good sex, but use a condom, Charlie. There are many to select. Secure, Panthers, and even Durex. Use a condom, Charlie, and protect your health.
It's be real, but you sabi the deal. The last girl where you drop will be your last meal.
But tell them it's a dangerous disease. I'm on advising. It's on this surface is a warning. Put on your condom, protect this kingdom. Protection before the action. Abstention prevents abortion. Original Roscoe warning.
It's not Malani, no Mojadele. Koya Dale, Granny, if it's Boshi, oh, Yakana, Mamufe.
Wami Anganio, Eti, Urukuma Bishi, Urukum Zifu, Wami Anganio, Shawa Mampino, Yapa.
Science who's carry a dog for missing you. Married couples with you. I see you remain similar to you.
Oh my people,
if it's not on, it's not in.
If it's not on, it's not in.
You can wait until marriage.
You can wait until marriage.
Stop it. You can maintain one lover.
Oh, my brethren, I say.
If it's not on, it's not in.
Watch where you're going, cause age is real.
You can wait until marriage.
When there's no remedy. No remedy.
Shamak Israel Yehovah, Elahenu Yehovah Ekat, we ahata et Yehovah, Elohika bika luvika, Uvika navashika, Uvika miyopika, Tode yashach, Tode yashach, Tode yashach.
Wow, 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 wow. You know what time it is. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, wow. You know what time it is. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, wow. You know what time it is. Wow, 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 wow. Wow, wow. You know what time it is.
Tia for monre. Sa na metina ho. Me carry me be a me so me go 15 years. I think 14 to 15 years. Na nyumwe na me pe. Me ti nyum na bibi ya me. Rehan na nyumwe. My life is a beautiful thing. I chose to be happy. You and I, want a diamond in the sky. When I look your back of skin, I feel you show me. Wanna call me, wanna dog me, want a diamond in the sky. I don't need more. You waking in the family tree. I stand the arm and night to find love, a true love. So beautiful like diamond in the sky. Shine bright like diamond, shine bright like diamond, shine bright like that. So beautiful like diamond in the sky. I just 14 to 15 years. Na nyumwe na me pe. Me ti nyum na bibi ya me. Rehan na nyumwe. My life is a beautiful thing. I chose to be happy. You and I, want a diamond in the sky. When I look your back of skin, I feel you show me. Wanna call me, wanna dog me, wanna diamond in the sky. I don't need more. You waking in the family. I stand the arm and night to find love, a true love. So beautiful like diamond in the sky. Shine bright like diamond, shine bright like diamond, shine bright like that. So beautiful like diamond in the sky. I just love this song.
Like diamond in the sky. We just love the diamonds and we just love the skies. Some diamonds lying on. Some lying on. All right, you're live on Loud Talents TV. My name is Some live like a lemon. I some line. Some of us here Junzo Grubo and Gremu or some of them Zingo. Some of them. All right, thank you very much. Welcome to the most authoritative political talk show on the planet right now. My name is Kevin Akobe. We're streaming live from our studios here in Washington, D.C. It's exactly 4:30 p.m. U.S. East Coast time. It's definitely 8:30 in Ghana. Welcome and thank you for tuning in. We are live on TV. We are live on YouTube. We are live on TikTok and also streaming live on Facebook. Tonight, you can watch this show live on Loud Silence TV on Multi TV. Loud Silence TV on Multi TV. Also streaming live on Loud Silence TV on YouTube tonight. Like shine like a langmong. Shine like a langong. And then we are also live on TikTok. Our name on TikTok is Kevin Taylor _WADR. We're live on Facebook as well. We have Facebook. We have Loud Silence TV on Facebook. And also With Audio Respect on Facebook. Loud Silence TV and With Audio Respect page on Facebook. My producers are called the Ghost Team. We are live. We're going to be here for the next 3 hours. And it's got to do with Ghana and issues that are very important. We'll be talking about political issues, some social issues, sometimes personal issues, and then some other very important issues. But tonight, we will be dwelling on vigilantism. The anti-vigilantism law was passed a year or 2 ago, I think so. No, about 3 years ago. Tonight, we will be discussing into detail. A forum was put together. We had experts speaking on anti-vigilantism in Ghana, politics. And it's a very important issue we need to discuss. We're asking, is that the new enemy to Ghana? We're talking about the anti-vigilantism law. We have a lot of vigilantes or vigilante groups in Ghana, all backed by political parties in the name of youth groups supporting their political parties. But we've seen the results of vigilantism in our politics. People have been shot, people have been killed. We have seen how slowly through vigilantism, the confidence we the people have in our electoral process and also electing leaders of our nation, how it has been affected. Tonight's show is going to be dedicated to this topic. We will take our time and delve into the matters. Very important personalities in Ghana have spoken on this matter. We're talking about the National Security Board today spoke vehemently on this issue. We had some ex-ministers. We also had some former military officers, renowned military colonels, Kandapa, who is also the former National Security Boss, and a few people speaking on the anti-vigilantism law in Ghana. We will delve into that. We will take care of business. Tonight's show is sponsored by you around the world, in Africa, Asia, Europe, and the Americas, making sure the right things are said and the truth is built. Now, as you have decided to be part of tonight's show, remember that this is a very important platform where we don't mince words. If your religion or your religious background, if your training, maybe your educational background, if you yourself, how you raised yourself up, maybe they don't have some people to guide you, you believe that some words are very offensive and not very conducive for you or maybe your kids. It's very important that you turn off your TV, turn off your radio, and go watch something else. Here we hit hard, and then we make sure we speak truth to power. And then you bring Yami ensure and Yami so ensure me say atena se na ebe dwom e wo Ghana nsemu na obi enim de ekoso Ghana a year politics. But etuturafo a omudi omhaje politics are from vigilantes sebio untumi kasa party any party we obi ene obetuma sanity nanso Yɛbɛbu sɛ ɛho sɛ ɛdeɛn na de ɛyɛ ɛtuturasɛm a ɛwɔ politics mu ɛba Ghana. Mpɛmpɛnsoɔ bɛ na ɛkɔduru yɛ a ɛma yɛn nyinaa ka sɛ daabi yɛmfo yɛn nsa kɔhyɛ krataa ase na ɛtuturofoɔ a ɔmo yɛ ɔmo nso bɔ party ho ban no ɔmo ku nipa ɛsɛ kuro no yɛbɛtumi etu ɔmo ase. Saa nkɔmɔ no ɛna yɛbɛdi ɛna dwumadie bi akɔ so wɔ nkran a mpanyinfoɔ titiri ɔmo hwɛ ɛyɛ security anaasɛ ɛyɛ ahobanbɔ ho nsɛm ɛde ɔmo ano nsɛm ato dwa a yɛbɛnya abotire etie nsɛm a ɛkɔɔ so. Ɛndra sɛ mo kae show wei so ɛyɛ the interior minister ɛka nsɛm bi the report bi by investigative report ɛfa nipa a Sebio under Mahama under Ekufuado ne Baumia yekuomo from 2017 to 2024 elections no na nsembia eye minister de ba na o kire se ehwehwemu no Sebio de na yakoma won so pa no o se omo anhyeda enya ebia answers anase eye enginasuo bia anchi ne pebi ema Ghana fo bebre eyem hye omo yie eno na ama enyumbre sa enkomodi a yebedi afa eye omo a ye from etuturafo a omo agi omo din from Vigilantism omo di party echi kunipa no yebese ebusa mo se saa de no yɛbɛda ne to aseɛ na me ne wo kase hwanamo ɛna hyɛ aseɛ na as ɔman yɛma nokorɛ ɛnyɛ nokorɛ na yɛmfa baabi anokorɛ to ɛnda ebi a ɔsɛ de nokorɛ to na yɛde nokorɛ to enwumre yi medwumadi a medi no wɔ ha nsɛ mɛkyerɛkyerɛ madwudwam ama Ghanafoɔ hu deɛ ɛwɔ sɛ yɛyɛ ɛyɛ wo ɛne me ɛne Sebio obi a wagye atum sɛ ɔbɛpene ama Ghana Sebio ɛyɛ yɛfa yɛ bambɔ anaa security egyina ne na so. This is going to be a very educative, very important show or topic to treat today. But before that, there are so many things that we need to talk about. Ediye na ekoso ewo Ghana mente ya nipa bi ekekansem ebubo midin na meka kire amanfo say aha no. Eni brade ni abre. Ai Rastaman, when we throw one stone, people will not sleep. Lebene Ahiafo is watching me tonight. Ahiabo, thank you very much for being here this evening. Mihu Obiso Etise Empress Yasmin Ahiable watching me this evening. Thank you very much, Empress, for being here tonight. Mihu Obiso Etise a year. To watching me, Nana Puku is live on Loud Talents TV. Ni Frimpong is watching me. Dara Kofi is also live on TV, on Facebook, and on YouTube tonight. Believer Riches is watching me this evening. Empress is back again. Winner Nituako is watching me. Winner Nituako is watching me tonight. Day Ghana is also live this evening. So many people on radio, on TV, on Facebook, on YouTube. On so many platforms watching me tonight. I'm in called TikTok. And I'm in share. Me every TikTok. Rebecca Akakbo is live on YouTube. On TikTok, I can see a US boy watching me. Jerry Parker is live on TikTok tonight. Also, Tanko live watching me this evening on TikTok. In God I trust watching me tonight. Moja is live on TikTok tonight. Also. Obi to say Asanka watching me, Kwete Francis Tete, Ganyomi watching me tonight, Ganyomi. Also, Crystal June is live on TikTok tonight. Good evening to Equiaya, the almighty captain on TikTok. Okasi you free TikToker. You be you every TikTok because she controls TikTok. Obiso Etese Big D watching me tonight. John 23 December is also live here. Also, behind the helmet is watching me this evening. Jifa Mahama is live here this evening on TikTok. Ibrahim Muhammad, 247 is watching me. Be Nice is live here. Elijah is also watching me this evening on TikTok tonight. Henry is live here. Silvanos Mensa is live. Eugene Mufa watching Kevin Tell and Gold's team. KT Gossip is live here. David Chi is watching me. David Chi is watching me. Don Ali is back. Also, Obitise Fly High is watching me this evening on TikTok, on Facebook, and on YouTube and TikTok. Let me say hello to Nipa Bakumienibi Nayamfa Enwum. Obiso said Vitalis is live watching me on YouTube tonight. Mickey F is live on YouTube. Also, Kofi Tia is watching me. Facebook Miles is live on Facebook. Nana Marian is watching me live on Facebook. Also, Obi Etise on YouTube. Mr. Artic is watching on YouTube. Good evening to Mr. Article all the way in New York City. Mr. Article, good evening to you. Also, Obi Etise, Mickey F watching me. Gali Agbe watching me. Also, Ras Kotoka Jr. is live this evening on our platform. So many people are live here. Ogatu T, Doggy Shago, Doti Shago, sorry, is watching me. Also, Bintu and all the other family guys here. I'd like to say thank you very much for accepting to be part of tonight's show. Thank you very much, Mr. S. I got it. Again, Nipanti and Nipebi Ekikansem, Ghana 17 year now. A year far right for and far left for Ediana Ekoso. Me video be and I want to share that video with you. A year Paul Adamotre. Also, so catch him say onion we. Boys with you, Jimmy. Paul Adamochi wabwa kokurado na mo wabedrua asasi radio area ho omo bedrua on the way. Esi ananse na opie na moka so enjo bewu no obeso chem so e fit hwade bi oye. Mrs. Ankofo wi. Omo Jimmy tu. Me ameni di matam kwa na me honto me na it say me am I say me am a problem. Na in fact obi tu sorry no pa. Na me hwehwia na me hwehwia me wan people for Jimmy na my okay and when I start me dey o an me sorry no pa na me hwehwia say me di o matama na I said me nom coffee I just say adopa me didi ye omo Jimmy tu abibi erade ye ka Jimmy hwe ade bi o ye papa penyin toto wa boadura ye basa wa ye ngonranization. There's nothing better in him na nkasa na nke training anketia omo bewu omo nyina boni omo di konkonsa omodi eduabo ya bomo, they are going to die and they will leave some spaces for good people to fill the spaces. And one yeka. And one intimate mesana pa. Mesoya na my we are na me hwehwia. Ah e bi ba kono Jimmy I find my faith. I omo Jimmy too. Omo na inspirational. Omo Jimmy nti. De bia na me de omo assess ponchim so obi di ponchi echi. Modwa Munya me na say mo say mo amoye adwuma ma MPP no na say me wo say mo America kra adwuma we dey rough omo na omo ye kekekeke ma MPP ye bekasa ma MPP ko bu say omo start here no mo nyina abre no enafo mo so wo gitum say me ba bekasa ma MPP me na me MPP ba power enye adwuma ketwa e dey say yaka say ko castrate bonsam edin fucking because bonsam your ban or say be ma hu be bia on start Adeba ko edin wo wiase pa na say bega say ye dwuma ma MPP no omombra power e dey say ko castrate bonsam cause bonsam no your ban or say be ma hu be bia untwa they say be wo some breba na mo 1.5 years better mo bre 42 years no emu 2 years grandma e na mo nyina ma emre no na mo just say da for man. Do you think it's about getting up in the morning or just turn it on camera or turn it on something and say, hey, John Muhammad, what I say? And this work grown for when they no share. Did they know? Me say, Munima, Muamus of Casama MPP, and Muncham with the Namco Homo start here, you know, boy, oh my ra. And see, Jinim. But I was identity, boy, we pa into no, Dana, share. What you say, Maketwa? Only saw Casa 2 days are doing your power. You saw Casa 2 days and about omi obi enim so liar no, and it does not work like that, though. A discipline, consistency, and most importantly, you need to make sure your facts are right. The facts, no, and no problem, no. Some mobeka no kreno, and then I'm to minkano. Inti mobile bread, me wunsa mokrama bread. Me na go say me bro because me menya to me and I'm protected to me because omo di power. Eye NDs women nyansa. Even though me MPP no, I still trust the NDs is omo betuma boa Ghana. Na mo muntwa 42 years, muntwa 2 years grado, my bread. We should 1 hour 45 minutes makoda. Share. Yes, say they give to me. What my they give to me? You had no cre, you had the consistency, you had the discipline, and you had give to me. And that has been our hallmark for years. Now, so what you say, Oba bekasa 6 months, oba bekasa 1 year. Na Ghana fo nyina adwene asesa na ehu ba omia so Yesu Kristo dia. Ende wa wija. Mo be bre papa. Say mo say movim ni nyina akofom. Dede a mo de start here me se mo se mo bekasa ma MPP no muntwa mo ni hwe mo chi. Mo de muntwa mo ni hwe mo chi. Na oya smart so a. Hey, Captain Smart oh. Captain Smart don't know. Also obeto plane amadi kuro for no nya na MP. Captain. Hey. Captain don't know. Me say one day mutuwa na captain be ka bia. Captain. Na say me say captain e ka say ai or the $250 million. Hey captain, nyabotal. Nipa ncher. Hey your campaign. Ye nyina ya izin ye ho. Captain 250 million just get to. But captain no points smart nti. This what Mike. Me pede me sha won bo me ka kire won. Me the $250 million. Hey captain also on just kakrabo. Ya sheshe no eye Antobiasi JSS enko $250 million Kapo. Ya be sheshe no LA primary na wo ukro ho no be akodi MP na $250 million enko ebe broso. Obi abeda ni billionaire ukro nti captain ayatete so na me amini pa no ai captain me feel na also feel me ai ayatete so na nsa no ebi o kana me masheme kapi. Captain Smart or a hard guy too. Me penasem dread ai say me senior brother no Imbre captain say papa that them Edin Bashir is also on radio. Hey captain zoom papa that captain. But captain hard guy. So competition dey move di ye. Me dey ka bibia o. The captain kind of maker. Hey captain Jema. And a captain so abo hu dua kan ho. Hey cap. Ade we hu o. Kabi. Akabe to make $250 million manako. Eduabona odi bo echire and na ha me no. Eh because so we want different from inside o. Kabi. Ai so when the MP na ana inside the FFF na wure ma it kapi eduabona the territory dey kaminya ya anka enya hu bibi ai menka so ntumi nye. You are a very resourceful guy oka so baby bi obeye but eduabona territory no ai DB no duabono eno ne ha me kakra because so oka na wentuma anya kra dia ene omunim say e wo beye bi na wentuma beye ni nyina na odi duabona tariase a na yeso so ye the fenchem e ho so na problem no no cat we name nyina ye nim inside no capito the smarto the capitano smarto captain Ghana politics home minimu rough sometimes you know between Ghana and Ghana politics hey we hard Ghana any politicians no be a problem mona musoku politicians no nsam I MPP for between Ghana for na MPP for kasa and be send na be a press conference ne tu nyina for you don't understand we are part and we will support the my bese akwa we okikanse we a okodo petition da mona musoku nkwasi asem no mona moye mbobo enye politicians dey so enejuma un politicien au l'argent pourquoi les gens les fantrer les jobs inqui politico au Afrique du Sud Ghana et MP Capitano El Cap Smart et le centre les impôts équipe parlementaire les promisés pourquoi Gomois in fete me bibio French na England. All right, now today team, are we good to go? All right, let's take our business. And answer the best start no what you start the who will be able to heaven.
Bama wo charity at the tin and name obeko hell. Utini you know wrong. We are jai shape na nyankopon de brewo no jai na wo men tete wani bema enkwaye wabaje uyi wabaje yene ro opa yene nyina menyi nkwatete wo hwena no wano wabaje enkwatete lalas nkoyi obeko here. These are all the products the cotton was samado also open life because who chase the young girls in the church. Open warm. To another person than who Jim Rantian to unity and wapaya boy. Yes. 1 hour pie a boy, Ubeko hellfire. Look at this small thing. You did it yourself. If it's a life, with the boy not some a life, but a cheek and a pride. Hey, I did go visit we yet say a life, but Nanko Pondison a cheek.
So we dear. So Minka Sentia preaching about we dear sofo. Uko hu we nyina wa samado. We hu real estate business bia ho. Why should they who said a bit to me aye easiest way to solve galamsey. Crack. Say be easy. So for Joko we hu senia inti samampo mo shede ni kwan papa bi o ha hu bi abeto we cheche mache ana investment bank papa bi no businessman or more idea we nchede hu bi. That's all we say any abeko bunsam James so also into course samampo negative nko na hu also into course samampo negative nko a na metia matete anu na ese me dem bunsam James also osaka say shaving and put them half some of them shaving to my clean. It's not so just so. It's almost with your mobile you say cash or become some. Almost with your mobile you never go some gym. Hey, almost your monko, almost shaving clean shaving for you now. Almost some gym. And I will say clean shaving here, but almost matatiano no. Rick Ross. So was there. What would you want Matatiano now? Coco Shaboturo. What did you want? I don't know. Mujina was so for any population, you go, boys don't use your way. Aye, boys, yeah, or use your way. And the thing is, for any back go, a boy for no, and a boy for the crop, and as some crazy. So for now, also catch your chance. Come desperate, but go with some Jim. So I come here to Anna, come to it. Because pass the mama also because pass the mama. Kwame despite that Kwame despite as to a boy. With me a shape. So me ko pass the mama. Wo me ko pass the mama. Wo so fu. Ndi say so fu say say den. Ye want to pay nanti ana. Ye nya hwe ho nanti krom na ansa na asonyame ani ana. Ye say dey pa na yenye. Ah, erade. Also, we preaching dem tiase but me hu nyoma ni biye. The okay woman you no crazy say omo omatete omo omo bitu ko tena baba say fa brush fa ma fono ho na ma bodwe menim nyese kokuo no so for o de unya correct o de nkokuo de unya correct say omo wadwe ofu say nketia na omatete ho no wa bodwe ofu de mukika ho na watete ho na ya brimu na wo sa ko bunzam hey na ma fo di uyire agwa de bepentoka. All right, now let's take our business here. Now, there's BBC in there I want us to talk about. And it's about Dankwa Institute. And Sam George Bagobus. Sam George is what to Sam George Bagobus. Yes, Sam George. So for someone what to a boy, Sam George Bagobus. And you say it's not even about 201 Bagobus. I Sam George Bagobus. It what to you Sam George Bagobus. Aye, and Johnny Crabbe, I bought a crowd was out to the straight to into a come some got the ending us a heavy network crab putting or did to be from Pomwano or come straight. Now, today I saw a video and there was an event, I say a year Dankwa Institute and a year event. And Ghana for Munti Bibiase, the MPP are still getting something wrong. Normally, this is not my job. I'm not supposed to do this. I'm not supposed to be telling the MPPs, oh, Jimmy. But what Jimmy and can't just Jimmy, I know I dream no use and that is the problem. And so be Jimmy, onims with Jimmy, or chance with Jimmy, non person with Jimmy. They be no Jimmy Sam, and that is the canker, the disease what MPP Musisia. They are still trying to defend their foolishness and why they lost the elections. They are still not allowing wisdom to take over the party. They are still not putting their ego aside to understand the real issues that sent them to opposition, which is going to keep them in opposition for years. And that is one thing a political party like the NPP is taking them years to realize. And I don't know why such a fundamental thing. I was a party position, especially wako opposition. We lose our opponent 57% or 38%. Technically, that your recovery or sitting back to reflect on what made you go into opposition. So when to man within 6 months, not 90% of Muamugu party mu 9. Because in the history of world politics, party BNY win 38%. As far as I know, in the history of world politics, candidate BNY win 38%. That alone should tell you, say the MPP at least should sit and say that we need to accept the reality, speak about the reality, and allow people to help us. But this is a situation where MPP omusa omejimi omunyina no mabodam, and that's my problem with that party. Enkwara ejimi impedifona bodam, so it becomes difficult for Enkwara to listen to impedifono wisdom, and it becomes so difficult for impedifono to be wise because omusa no omejimi to omunyina no mabodam. And when you listen to the NPP on why they lost the elections, we MPP 4-5. Now Busam say, how tell us the Ebasena will lose the election now. Nipa 5 will be about different reasons. And then Nipa 5 KK, when you take the national executives, those contesting and those already there, now we 5-5, they will all give you different reasons for losing election 2024. So there's a big problem in the party. Enkwara Jimmy and a penifone about them. Now, and the MPP for say omo ye event to be or Dankwa Institute omo a name on the 2026 Liberty Lecture. And remember, anytime you are a dear friend of Dankwa Institute, whatever comes out from that institute is tribalism, capitalism, vindictiveness, and lies. And that is the 4 pillars of Dankwa Institute. Capitalism, vindictiveness, corruption. They are basically an institute. It is filled with tribal bigots who feel so entitled. When you see any other tribe person who is being hailed by the Dankwa Institute, then it means they have gotten another dog they can use, like Richard Ahiagba. It is a Dankwa Institute, Gabi Ochredakon, Ken Ofuriata, Nanado Dankwa Kufuado. Omobusianfo no motesa Dankwa Institute to come and do what? Whitewash Ekufuado's criminality, his father's criminality, and also make people think, say, almost our group, they are entitled and they are supposed to be given position. And that is the basis for Dankwa Institute. Omo Dankwa Institute to come and help Ghana in anything. Omo Dankwa Institute because of their selfish interest, the arrogance and the pure stupidity of feeling first-class citizen than others. And that is what Dankwa Institute, what's here? Because since I was starting, on to Dankwa Institute, they have been part of any progressive conversation. It has always been about, they took this from us. It has always been about, it has always been about, we are better than people. It has always been about, they can't show their certification. Dankwa Institute, it was built to clean the dirty job of Ofuriata's father and his grandfathers. That Ofuriata that is what it represents. It's to clean a particular group of people who feel so entitled and think they are better than even their own relatives. Don't get it wrong when you hear Dankwa Institute. It is not anything that is put together to help have a dialogue to move this nation forward. No, it is one of the most tribal, arrogant, selfish, tribalistic, corrupt group from the Dankwa Institute. So it's all about validation. They want validation. They want people to accept them, say they are not criminals. They want people to believe them, say they are more knowledgeable. They want people to think, say they have a space in our political settings. It is all about trying to belong. The inferiority complex in those people because omo nkruwa omo papa no nananom any better record, omo greedy. All that they want to do is snitch on people, feed on people like insects or leeches. All that they do is always trying to put people's head together. No? That is Dankwa Institute. So what is a Dankwa Institute BB? Dankwa Institute BB. It is all for validation. And still, for years and years, they have tried to infiltrate our democratic dispensation. No? They have still not been able to break that because we see them, at least Gabi Ochidako Kronfowe, which very soon we will all know. And the likes of Ataxia and the Omohineno. So these are born liars. That's basic. That's it. Now, almost all event to be. Team, stay with me. Now, event, it was about election, but you see, they are doing everything possible to lie to Bawumia. They still feel Bawumia, with all due respect, is an idiot. And from the way Bawumia too is nodding and laughing and finding it difficult to make decisions, he looks like an idiot, with all due respect. Now, Mustafa Hamid, a potential jailbird, a potential jailman, another criminal, named the NPA, and the original court per OSP's documentation. He's being investigated, he's being prosecuted. So technically, Mustafa Hamid is not different for Jema Wuntumi because Wuntumi is still being prosecuted and being investigated. The same as Mustafa Hamid. It's Mustafa Hamid. Or Chay Wuntumi ana Odafie na Wuntumi down Sawum. He will join Wuntumi at Nsawum. Now, Mumianko Tie statement to be Mustafa Hamid made today in front of Gabi Ochedakon. Gabi go jail and Chebia Mubati. In front of Gabi Ochedakon. In front of Nanado Dankwe Kufuado. And Eyede Mahamudu Sledge Bawumia. In front of these three people. Mumianko Tie, we are not MPP for the reality. Maybe they're struggling or they just don't want people to tell them the truth. And I'm catching on about how the party is divided. Yet the caucus in parliament, how they all want African marking changed. How Mahmoud Bawumia is thinking of changing African. And let me tell you, after they are done with their national and general secretary election, they will change African marking and tell the world that it is all about the regional balance. I'm telling you today. After they are done with their national elections, no we national chairman, no we general secretary, they will change African marking and they will give him that excuse to say it is because of regional balance. They will change him. They will change African marking after the national elections. Amu person we chairman we, amu person we general secretary. The moment they are done, amu change African marking, amu catch and say a regional balance into the parliament one ye ne free African they will change you. But let's go to the real issues, or the real issue, which is Mustafa Hamid speaking in front of Mahamudu Sledge Bawumia and Gabi Ochedakon and Ekufuado. Now, let's go listen to him very well. And he was talking about the election they lost. Mahmoud Bawumia being a Muslim. And the Komininis, he was saying, MPP for ADB. Because it looks like still they are very foolish.
Choosing a presidential candidate who happened to be a Muslim in 2024 did not in any way turn the majority of Muslims in Ghana from voting for the NDC. In fact, the polling station near the Kumasi Central Mosque at Asawase did not vote the MPP, even after Dr. Bawumia refurbished that mosque and commissioned it in 2023. So the electoral geography largely explains why the present NDC administration has appointed many more Muslims from northern Ghana than previous MPP administrations. In 2024, President Mahama secured approximately 1.38 million votes, more than 1/5 of Mahama's national votes from Savannah, Northern, Upper East, Upper West, and Northeast alone, 21% of his entire national tally of 6.5 votes. Such political realities will inevitably influence the regional compositions of government. Dr. Bawumia, on the other hand, received a total tally of 759,108 votes from those 5 regions, which is 15.56% of his national tally. Thus, fewer than 1 in every 6 of Baumia's nationwide votes came from the 5 northern regions. You cannot therefore dishonestly repackage this evidence to prophesy that electing Dr. Baumia on an MPP ticket will certainly shift the balance of power from the South, from Christians to Muslims. In fact, Dr. Baumia's tolerance for Christian religious ceremonies has often incurred him the displeasure of sections of the population. Indeed.
So, also, I just say MPP for Jimia or say, Mimuadie. This is Mustafa Hamid. And the MPP as a political party still think, say, Mahmoud Baumia getting 38% in 2024 elections, it is because he's a Muslim. That is my biggest problem with party, They are all can say, Mahmoud Baumia, and yet because you're a Muslim, you don't lose the election. No, the issue is what they are trying to put out there, and they say, in Kremofo and Tuama Baumia, and Baumia, they were religiously were tolerant. And the question here is, do you think Baumia lost election 2024 because he's a Muslim? And that is something that MPP form pedifo no jiminti, they still cannot move away from it to let the grassroots, their own piglets on the streets, who don't read, who are tribal, who are stupidly ignorant to understand, say, Mahmoud Baumia did not lose the elections because he's a Muslim. Mahmoud Baumia lost the elections on 2 grounds. Baumia lost the elections because Mahmoud Baumia was seen and known as a liar. And secondly, Mahmoud Baumia lost the elections because of your bad governance. These are the 2 things. There are other things that are minor, corruption, arrogance, but the main things are among for Gina so the 2 abatia MPP. It's not because Baumia being a Muslim. It is because Baumia was seen as a liar. And that is the most important thing you people are supposed to address. And then Ghanaians lived through the worst government in the history of the Republic of Ghana. Because nan Kenya Baumia or my hopes in 2014, 15, 16, 17. And Kenim say dollar bet to me do 18. Nan Kenim say fuel a liter can get to 23. Now Kenim that say Ghana's inflation could rise all the way to 53. We never knew until Mahmoud Baumia, the liar, took over and told us he's in charge of our finances because the economic management team, he was in charge. And he said, Obi MPP ni. Not the Jimmy Kaja say, Baumia or losing Kremofo to her. It is not because of that. The honest truth is that Mahmoud Baumia lied to Ghanaians. They got to know who Baumia is. At the latter part of the elections, Baumia decided not to speak about economy. And Baumia's trump card in entering Ghana's politics was because he said he was the whiskey when it comes to economic affairs. But going into election 2024, NASA decided not to even speak about the economy. Then it means Baumia was an imposter, a liar who lied through the ranks to become a running mate and a vice president. And so I don't know why the MPP still think say most Ghanaians went to the ballot because a woman team say Baumia and Greboni na Christopher Ntoma Baumia. No Christian went to the ballot thinking about Baumia's religious their background. Nobody cared. In fact, who started tribal and religious politics in Ghana? I can show you about 3 videos where Baumia went to places telling them that he has been chosen as the NPP flag bearer because he's a Muslim. And that is the lowest point of our politics, unless you are crazy before you make such stupid statements. And for this junkie, I keep telling people, the reason why I hate Mustafa Hamid is because he always does politics with religion. He does politics with religion. And that is what I hate about this criminal Muslim. With all due respect. Because you see, any Muslim or politics or they assume or a danger to the nation. Any Muslim obey politics or they religion or a danger, the same as a Christian. Any Christian who does politics and tries to sneak in, use a religious background as a trump card, that Christian too is dangerous. Into Mustafa Hamid, his political life has been rallying behind their religious hatred to do his politics. But the fact of the case is simple. Mahmoud Baumia today, every single Ghanaian knows he's a liar. He's an imposter. And every liar is a thief. That is why he supervised the greatest thievery in our political history as the vice president of the republic, because we knew Akufo-Addo, or we still knew Akufo-Addo was a toy president who could not see and write and sign. Into the idea, the argument that Bawumia is a Muslim. No. We love Muslims. We admire Muslims in Ghana. We have interfaith marriages. We live in houses as Muslims and Christians. It does not come in at all. It does not come into the argument. The anger towards Bawumia is because he is a liar. That is what you people need to know. So you need to tell him in his face. A guy who came into politics, Ansani Abesani Obia in the football club or in any capacity, it is what you bring on the table. Bawumia came into politics as an economist. Bawumia didn't come into politics as a shoemaker, as a tailor, as a seamstress, or whatever you want to call him. But Bawumia came with a CV saying he is an economist who, through his submissions and also his ideas, we will be able to manage the economy well. We ended up at IMF. We saw the hardship under Mahamudu Bawumia. So why are you still saying to Ghanaians, say Bawumia? Because it's not because Bawumia is a Muslim. Yawa inkremofo munimu nyansa kano kure Bawumia inkremoni muna fiki on kano kure no nimu nyansa or didi no kure. And that is something it's hard to say to him, but you need to say to him. And if I can tell you for a fact, Ghanaians haven't changed their mind about Bawumia. Nobody or nimu nyansa will change their mind about Bawumia because he's still the same person. He has not come out to even say, I am sorry for lying to you people. He has not had that or respect for Ghanaians to do that. When was the last time Bawumia spoke on the economy? He's waiting for a calamity to happen to Ghana, our economy, for him to foolishly come and speak. No. We want him to still give the lectures. We want him to still show us that whatever is happening today, he can do better. He can't. So guys, we beg you, stop staying behind religious nonsense and trying to polish Bawumia. Bawumia technically is a liar who cannot get out of. He has been cursed as a liar, and he will live in his lies. Because as we speak today, Mahamudu Bawumia, upon all that is happening in Ghana today, cannot still speak about the economy because he lied his way through. It is obedient because no. Let me tell you something. In Kremofo Ghana, 90% of Inkremofo Tuaba, they didn't go to vote because Bawumia Inkremoni na Mahama ye Christoni. They didn't care about that. The basic line is that they wanted somebody they could trust. That's finished. 90% of people who voted in 2024, they wanted to give their heart to somebody they can trust because they have weighed politicians and how they talk, live their life. Consistently, they have learned what is behind politics. So 90% of Muslims, Christians, they didn't go to the ballot to say, Bawumia and Christian be called ballot say, oh, Bawumia and Kremoni to no. That moment, they were thinking about the corruption, DDEP, a dollar war, a petrol war. These were the things they were thinking about. Like, who? This guy, we have given the country to him for 8 years, and today I am buying fuel for 23 per liter. I'm not going to fucking give my country back to such a liar. That is what people base their votes on. Now, to make it easy, team, stay with me. You see this. Look at the map, 2024 map. Ghana elections, presidential regional results. Now look at this. How can any fool tell me people went to vote because Bawumia is a Muslim? People voted against him because he's a Muslim. When you look at Ghana's map, 16 regions, NPP were able to take only 3. Ask yourself, are they the other regions? This should clearly tell you, you fools talking there and making it look like Bawumia is not to be blamed. Bawumia is to be blamed because the candidate does not have the credibility to convince a blind, with all due respect, a blind Ghanaian, because every single thing he does is full of lies. This is presidential regional results 2024. Now, when you take your time and you look at the numbers, let me expand it. Send me a question. Kevin Dadame. Now, let me expand it. Now, you see the numbers. Look at the numbers very well. When you go all the way to the left top corner, we have Upper West region. Total vote, 236,657. All these people there, you think that they went to vote against Bawumia? All because Bawumia is a Muslim? But that is green. How many Muslims are in Upper West? How many Muslims live in Upper West? You want to tell me every Muslim in Upper West hates Bawumia? You want to underestimate and undermine the intelligence of Muslims in Ghana? Now you move to the right, Upper East. 469,789. Are they all against Bawumia because he's a Muslim? Do you know the number of Muslims in Upper East? Let's talk about Northeast, where Bawumia is from. 62,688 total votes that was recorded there. I'm asking you, are they all Muslims who hate Bawumia? This is the reality here. The reality is that Bawumia cannot be trusted, and he still cannot be trusted because he's a liar. And you people came into office, turned the whole country into 16 regions. When we had 10 regions, we could not even manage. In Kwasi 47, we turned into 16 regions. Today, you are saying Muslims, people hate Christians voted against Bawumia because he's a Muslim. We are talking about even the northern region, Upper East, Upper West. We're talking about Northeast. We are talking about Muslim-dominated areas. Why? You want to try and say Sebio, you think they all went to vote because they hate Bawumia? Bawumia is a Muslim like them. But they know Bawumia is a liar, and every liar is a thief. Now you come all the way down. Northern region, total vote, 882,000. There are so many Muslims in the northern region. How many votes did Bawumia get? Edian Kwasia argument in Mustafa Hamek Moya Yenoho in the name of cleaning Mahmoud Bawumia. Bawumia is dead shit. You can't clean him. Bawumia is a dead shit. You can't clean him with, and the Christians, and stop this foolish religious politics. MPP is not going to bring Mahmoud Bawumia back. Now, come all the way down to Savannah. 78,000 over people voted. Do you know the number of Muslims in the Savannah region? Do you know? So you want to tell me all the Muslims, they hate Bawumia, all the Christians, they hate Bawumia. You cannot make such an argument. That argument is flat. It is stupid. It is filled with internet. Who Mustafa Hamid? Who Naoma Bawumia a dangerous politician? Because the kind of religious sentiment you are like a Sharia person. You will at a point will encourage Bawumia so be the party because the way you do your things, it makes people scared of you and Mahmoud Bawumia because you are too extreme. You Mustafa Hamid. And you see, you come down, you come to a place like Bono East. You know the number of Muslims and Christians there. Bono total. Even Ashanti region. How many votes? It's the argument I'm making this out. What kind of argument is that? Then you stand and tell us to say, Mahmoud Bawumia, because of religious lines, he was not given the nod. No. Bawumia is a liar. And most Ghanaians became very enlightened before election 2024, and they realized that Bawumia is crown for on Kanokre. Until you, Mustafa Hamid, people like you, you make Muslims scared of Bawumia because the kind of doctrine the idea of terrorism now what Mustafa Hamid would if Bawumia gets power, so when you're ready to obey, you bring Sharia law into Ghana. You Mustafa Hamid, you are too extreme. You are not able to move away from religious politics. Look at the reality and speak on the reality. The reality is that diggings were not good. The economy was dying. Every single thing was down. Security was down. Every fucking thing Bawumia was in charge of was down. So why should any rational Ghanaian walk to the ballot and say, me tuama Bawumia? And most Ghanaians are not stupid. So the argument you are making, now, let's go listen to him again. Now, then compare it to this map I'm showing you.
Choosing a presidential candidate who happened to be a Muslim in 2024 did not in any way turn the majority of Muslims in Ghana from voting for the NDC. In fact, the polling station near the Kumasi Central Mosque at Asawase did not vote the MPP even after Dr. Bawumia refurbished that mosque and commissioned it in 2023. So the electoral geography largely explains why the present NDC administration has appointed many more Muslims from northern Ghana than previous MPP administrations. In 2024, President Mahama secured approximately 1.38 million votes, more than 1/5 of Mohammed's national votes from Savannah, Northern, Upper East, Upper West, and Northeast alone, 21% of his entire national tally of 6.5 votes. Such political realities will inevitably influence the regional compositions of government. Dr. Bawumia, on the other hand, received a total tally of 759,108 votes from those 5 regions, which is 15.56% of his national tally. Thus, fewer than 1 in every 6 of Bawumia's nationwide votes came from the 5 northern regions. You cannot therefore dishonestly repackage this evidence to prophesy that electing Dr. Bawumia on an MPP ticket will certainly shift the balance of power from the south.
Nobody is saying making Bawumia president will shift power from north to the south or whatever you call it. You know a number of. Do you think in the south they are all Christians? Mustafa Hamid is an extremist. He has this terrorism, Sharia law mentality. He doesn't even like Bawumia. 2024 elections, Sika Oriano, how much did he put into Bawumia's campaign? Ask Mustafa Hamid. The reason why the MPP don't want to see this Mozambique guy is because the money that he took from the NPA from the time he took that opposition, he never put a dime in Bawumia's campaign. Do you know the reason why? Because he knows Bawumia is a liar. He knows Bawumia was never going to win the elections. They are going to play this religious card because they don't want to be honest with their people and to Bawumia. Bawumia is a failed individual, a failed politician. We all know. Bawumia, technically, the honest truth is, you, the MPP people, if the NDC had paraded Bawumia as their candidate, what would you have said? You, the MPP piglets. Let's say Bawumia nanko ya NDC ni, and NDC wa power, and NDC parody Bawumia as their flag bearer. And kamu MPP den and kambeka. Kambeka se Jimmy Nibe na modene mayeno. Kromfua on kind of krebe ni. Mobe said dinatem because he's a Muslim. We know you people. We know you fucking idiots in the MPP. How you think and how you do your things. You, Mustafa Hamid, you are the same person who said we need the Bible and the Quran in the Jubilee House. You are too extreme. The extremism in your speeches, the way you think you can take over Ghana. That's what I'm saying. Mahmoud Bawumia might not be an extremist, but Mustafa Hamid hanging around Mahmoud Bawumia, technically, especially Samira, they are going to force Bawumia to be an extremist when power is given to Bawumia, because and who you are, and these kind of people are around Mahmoud Bawumia, Mustafa Hamid, Samira Bawumia. These are extremists. These are people who will kill for power. They don't fucking care about we being in a country where we are living together in harmony. No. And Nunema Bawumia, you yourselves, you think or you're dangerous to Ghana. No, we are not looking at Bawumia. Say, or you're Muslim intra. We are looking at Bawumia as a politician, as an economist, as a vice president who was in charge of our economy, as a vice president who told us in opposition what he can do, the things he would bring. Mahmoud Bawumia, all the things he told us, factual things that he said he could make it possible. We were looking up to it. Mahmoud Bawumia, at the latter part of of NPP's governance, he basically did not speak about the things that brought him to power. What brought Bawumia to power? It was the lectures, the symposia and symposiums, the nonsense talk and making everything look simple. The money is there. Go to Bank of Ghana. We can give you the money. And the economy. It is those were the things people are expecting Bawumia to go through it. But this joker decided to bring in something we call digitalization, which is just a propeller. Because digitalization, at the end of the day, cannot be on its own until something pushes it into. It cannot be a main policy. Digitalization that he was rallying around was just a propeller. If we sell, if we grow, we have to use digitalization to sell. So digitalization is not a main policy. Digitalization is a sub. It's basically a propeller. It is a conveyor belt. So you cannot sit on digitalization or whatever you call it and say we are going to build our nation around digitalization. When you grow the yam and you want to sell the yam, that is when digitalization comes in. So it comes in as a board that jumps that your product to be sold easily for you to get access to the market. So you sell you grow the yam in the north. You make sure that you are able to make sure you put the yam on the digital platform so that people can get access to your product. it will be sold quicker, you get your money. So it is not the main policy. But Bawumia Bonwa, he wanted to hide from the economic questions, fundamental questions. This joker hid behind digitalization, thinking we are stupid, we wouldn't educate the people, open their horizon to know that he's a failed politician. We are not stupid again. You people should be realistic with the people. More dada Bawumia. MPP, the foolish masses, they don't read, they don't understand, they don't want to allow themselves to be trained and read to, and also be taught the facts. Those are the fools you are misleading. Those are the fools you are misleading. And extremists like Mustafa Hamid should not even be speaking about Mahmoud Bawumia being a Muslim. You see, now put Bawumia and Mahama side by side. And it's me busa say, sanka NDC na womu position, enanka omo power, enanka omo de Bawumia ba ese omo candidate anka nkwasi afode na mobeka. From Bawumia's record, or the vice president for 8 years. Sanka mo MPP na more power, ena NDC for parody Bawumia as their flag bearer anka de nanka mobeka. We want to know what you would have said. Kadia ne befri monuma ba nwan. Because fundamentally, you just don't want to admit to the disrespect, the highest level of corruption, the way you rank this economy, you run it through the mud, the way you disrespect the presidency, how you, the MPP, thought that power was never going to leave. And that is what we want you people to understand. Until you get to that point where you tell your followers the truth, when you are able to overcome tribalism and also religious politics, we will bring you to the table. But from what we are seeing in Korade Jimin and Penifona Bodam, now see what he was doing. Okojina program, listen, look at this.
Ninyoma eya oye eye mwa nyama peya esisi ninyina free radio aseda for ya ese one fama erade no Nyama paya enshira nina free radio da for ya se one famano.
Some questions say I know your sentiment. This is what they do when they are in opposition. Sa no mo ye embrebe kofa da na samwa ba ye. Agogo bongo kroko ewifo ngwa na wo se akoko kontwa sa no mo ye kufo power epe power de no mo ye enyume no manto wey oya extremist. He hates Muslims. When he give him the opportunity obetume shani party or circle Mustafa Hamid, and these things they are doing, they are acting. I am an MPP personal. That is how we operate. Me MPP ni. This is our basic principle. Lie to the people, pretend, let them feel angry, use their tribe, their religion to make them angry, and give us power to disrespect them. That is MPP. So MPP 101 or Chram Wohono. Oh, me and Kremoni na metu nyamenyomo. Ne one is saying. Yawa santin kremo yo infantin kremo. Yawa nzeman kremo. John Dramani Mahama obetuba recite Quran actually boy Christoni. So what is so extraordinary about this comedy? Eyanyum no obi ato eyakasa. You see, there are Christians who were born Muslims who can recite the Quran. So does that mean say sa Christian or Papa Christo Muslim? No. And these are the childish kind of politics they do. Kamube shia mu se na kamaka che Ghana for say ekofo for ya taba inwan ekufo de takonjom say koto eno otete. And Kamusia Museno, no Makacha said, we are reasonable people. We are against corruption. We are going to bring Oforiatta to come and answer to his stewardship to prove to you people we are not dogs. We are not liars. We are not thieves. But none of you men with balls, you have not been able to bring Oforiatta home to come and answer for his stewardship. You foolishly sit there and want rational Ghanaians to say, Muni Munyansa, Yamfama Tumi Mamo, Yamamu Tumi Namofanya Dieng. You need the power for what? What do you need the power for? You want the power to go and protect Oforiatta. You need the power to protect Chairman to me. That is why you need the power. Into power and ready said that is the principle. Because you don't condone corruption. You are not protectors of corruption. You are not people who are not willing to change. Bring Oforiatta home. Because Eche Oforiatta, Gabi, Eche Kufuado, the MPP as a political party calls for a press conference with the former president sitting there, Fremont Paris sitting there, the party NEC, National Executive Council, including J.A. Kufuor, push him to come and sit there and tell Oforiatta to come home. Because the Dankwa tradition is not a traditional so why haven't you been able to do it? And you want us to forget these things. And then, because an extremist is singing Christopher Nyumunti, Yanfa to me Mabaumia, Opodam Chanyonku Namencha Usubain. Chiramo Yonku, Namencha Usubain, and these are actors. We have seen them. I can show you J. Kufuor Baye, Nyamenyumo de Baye, Kufuor Ba, the battery is the Lord. That is what they do. They always go out there and recruit hungry disease of a people. Namusomomatunyum Naganam for Yantia. Akoko bonko kroko ni anim se mo be hotel e de mo madian ye ni anim akoko bonko kroko ni anim se sana jantre ni baba be finance minister okromu andakofo ni anim modwa akoko bonko kroko Edi na egu ye nkwan mu nkwase akeka ne anim sa jantre ni e na baba ye finance minister Anakofo to buy hotels in the name of ye nim nipa oto ne anim akoko abokokro ne anim sa Ghana at 50 there will be a forensic report saying Reku Brobe Kodom Pieni J.A. Kufuor himself, they are criminals. Muju say Jimiana, this is the new Ghana. This is the kind of journalism you don't want to experience, but you will experience it till you people die. Yet Tiene Kufuor do ba Yabo udin na ya fro J.A. Kufuor born din ena akoko bobo kokroko yete na nkwasiafo mokofa mikimo ba be di mo yire ene mo mma e wo Jubilee House mabodam mo ena mo adwini adwuma hu dana samoa sa akoko a wonya ezina nam kromu a kwasiasam nko a ende wo hu pokresra onnama aiso tieti atachem kwasiafo nyina mo sa mo lai ba be dada Ghana fo ade chia munya tumi na mama ayeden alangadwa we mama the contract on tumi nchiro ni din kwasiafo. You think we have forgotten all these things? Mo betina opposition 42 years. Eurade kasa na wakoma ntomyemu na yeti kroma enkofu de nyame na de omaba na enim se motumi chichiri wi nom ewia ketekete obekwa Kufuor de fie na one Mickey Mouse akwana no ya Greek minister na no fiance ekono omutumi enum wi nom ne kontomira afra moa yeti kroma na mode planting for food and jobs bae na mokofa ka ba akokofa embodie begu nkran se obi amfri Ghana meto bodie won kran momo ya moa hu momo ma me charge a ene Tuesday me shadan ko menim sa me charge a hu kwasiafo a whole Greek ministry say planting for food and jobs okofa de ka ba ko no say bodie betim gumu e no de be sin kran ministries otumfo ensha chacha member to bodie won kran kwasiafo mentam to me mamo he momo boda mo ye tire krom nyoma esisi e refi onyi se refi me say mo pese ehu se mo nya wifo. The party you are leading, no, it is not a criminal entity. Go and bring Oforiatta. Hey, let's flip the coin. Imagine say NDC ni MP minister and a power assistant na kwatina bruchi kan kwasiafo ebebe na mbebu ewi ase de ka obeko Peace FM obeko OKFM almost 30 obu show na ka bo say yes MPP NDC for minister bi na edwana kwatina bruchi kan mobeti news papa na kwa me despite nkwara ne gugu so kwase akeka ye de ya asantefo ai ende de nwumbre peace 104.3 na kase bona ye de bram ye de frɛ ship house a ahia yakobi foforo na ende nwumbre de akonie eye president Mahama ne NDC obofo minister wotu bata won oti abrochiri ya twena me say ya boma ya se krotwa mansa de sebio otonsuo ma ne ho sensan de ho we ye NDC for former finance minister eno asem no ye duru eye ho a ye bedwudwam na kwase bi so enia enya grow de ekoso nie kwase asem ye nim how dramatic and how selfish people are ye nim na nyini ye bofro nkwan de nim na di ye nim se de mo dwene ye nim act ni nyina ye nim atena onyankopon onim nyansa nti no ne nim mo ntena ye inti mo tekasa na ye tekasa no mutumi dwudwam a ye be dwudwam inti mo go for atamra na NDC for every power na omo finance minister Akosha Abrochire so ma na ngekura nke betena ha ke benya ahemfo a omo be press ahemfo be press conference ke benya ahema momo yi omo toma aka se omo nte ase an ke betena kroma kire history be free mo anwonafo nkwasiafo amu free Togo mo de ntafo amu free Burkina ka mo be kire ase ene de mo hu nipa Akosha Abrochire ombre fia mo bebu be mo the Bible be dradaye mo di koro mo bodam mo go for atamra se ne atoaba Jimmy amu Jimmy wo krom ha Jimmy ni ko foma ko pie yi ase eyi ase yes ye nimu mu Jimmy ana Jimmy ayefo afena Jimmy yetu it said yetu force munya atumi ye hu de mu ye mu Jimmy na Jimmy ayakono etumi kwa ko pie yi ase obi ewu na yi ase na mu Jimmy na atumi ko pie ye nimu ana na ende mo be kire senia yen chichire Ghana na mo no mo ye de an mo boda mp mo ko for atamra tama na mo te so Jimmy amu Jimmy ebi ni because we give it to Araboja. Omo give it to. Sango boy, uyi nchachira, uni munchachira. Eduane e friend nchachira no. Omo give it nchachira. MPP. I put me a card bearing member. Me card no kra we. We your time you got to aba no. Me weapons nyina wo me nchen. Make me a card bearing member. Me MPP ni mapa. Ye give it to. Mo petumi enti baomia oye nkreboni enti mo nka no kra nchira no so ye kromfo nka no kra. He's a liar. On Kanukre, that is what Ghanaians are still asking. Adentina on Kanukre, why is he not a truthful person? Bawumia is a liar. He's not a candidate. I bet you win power or Ghana. No. You want to whitewash Bawumia? You want to use religious? Then no. Every time you people are in opposition, you always use tribal and religious nonsense to try and make Ghanaians feel so bit time. We saw what you people did. We saw it. 56 people that if you are at Jubilee House we know all these things. No amount of talking. And the best is so be. Now the question every Ghanaian is asking is simple: has Bawumia changed? Is he a new Bawumia? The Bawumia you are presenting, is it the old Bawumia we know, or it's a new Bawumia? What is a Bawumia? What it is? It is what? Are you people bringing something different? Or is the same Bawumia we left with for the past 8 years? He's the longest serving running mate and the longest serving vice president. Mumusa to say, is it a new machine you have manufactured or the old one we know? Because I can show you the old Bawumia we know. We want you people to tell us something different. Is it the same Bawumia? Ana mo de Bawumia fufrobi makoya fufrobi or Russia na modeba? Have you people manufactured a new Bawumia? What is it? What is a Bawumia? What in Ghana for busa? Because today Ghanaians will be asking, say, me pacho MP for candidates no. Yes, so Bawumia dia dada na the same Bawumia we know and I say Bawumia fufro. But if it is the same Bawumia, then with all due respect, keep him in that bin. You people should keep him in the bin. Because we are here to let Ghanaians know it's the same Bawumia, and it's the same Bawumia who was going around the nation telling us about a Bini.
The lives of the people of Agbogboloshi matter as much as the lives of the people of East Legon or Cantonments. Enti yeba hano yebesi toilets amamu yebesi toilets in all yebesi 8-unit toilets, 4 8-unit toilets, 32 toilets in all, among the people of Agbogboloshi. Usorina uko toilet, uya ubejari enyasa. Ubejari. 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 Enti yebesi bath houses so akaho. Yebesi 24-unit bath houses and 80 in all. 24-unit bath houses. Said there mubenya ebi mubeko na mujare anapa.
Your Excellencies, Honorable Ministers, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, may I invite you to spare a moment to walk through with us the length and breadth of this country and see what, just in a sneak view, we are about to show you. A video documentary that introduces today's presentation.
Just sit back and wait. Here is a 38-in-1 cubicle private water closet facility for a rural community in the Ashanti region. The government is building over 1,400 of similar facilities for communities with no or disproportionate access to toilet facilities in all regions, plus 200 multi-unit flushable latrines, and has distributed over 17,000 units of Dignity toilets. Also, the government has built 4,765 toilet facilities in communities where open defecation is pervasive. All of these together is providing decent places of convenience for over 8 million people whose options would have been cut to either open defecation.
Most of the toilets in the data that we have just seen, that we in the table, are toilets that have been built under the One Constituency 1 Million project. That is not the end of the story. We have about 6 projects under the Toilets for All policy. We have built 28,485 household toilets. 12,972 toilets have been built. Then there's ongoing construction of the Gaslit project. 5,000 toilets are being built there. The Government of Ghana Household Toilet Program, we're building 1,900 toilets there. And Rural Sanitation Model and Strategy Program, 40,348 toilets serving 3,000 communities. And then under the Urban Sanitation Pilot Project, 21,332. So under the Toilet for All program, at least 109,000 household toilets have been constructed, benefiting 856,000 people. This is quite remarkable. 856,000 people. This is quite remarkable. 1,000 people. This is quite remarkable. People. This is quite remarkable. And because people, this is quite remarkable. And people, this is quite remarkable. People, this is quite remarkable.
Because you say, what is about me now? This way, he's using remarkable for toilets. flashable latrines. Aqua wepa and some way. You'd be town to flashable latrines. No, you see where it be to say remarkable. Now, you use toilet for all. Was just suit to be kept being wasem. While Sola no power on a twabo, Abu Shrew or the two, Ashes suit, I can catch him say remarkable, using remarkable. What is about me? What is that? What is about me? What does it mean? What does it represent? What is about me? And when we ask you these things, then you get pissed off. I'm asking, what is baumia? Is baumia an adjective? Is it a verb? Is it a consonant? Is baumia a phrase, idiomatic? What is baumia? This is your vice president who was in power telling us building flashable latrines is remarkable. Na niyama mutum banzani. Oh my God, Kevin did you tell into my idea now, baby? Is your dear partner? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Banzani into your Jimmy Tias and Tam Gun and shedding some. Now go for your Tamra. You people think we are stupid, right? And you see, this is where I get so mad. This is where I get so mad with the Yoku. This is where I get so mad with the Attorney General, especially. This is why I get so mad with OSP, who is not a reasonable human being. You know why? Why is that Kenoforiata? Every Ghana ha. Now Kenoforiata were over 300 companies for Ghana. Now none of these companies has been shut down. Why? If we are using the Interpol or whatever to get for Kenoforiata back home, and Kenoforiata thinks he can evade that by going behind some technicalities, whatever is making Kenoforiata raise money from Ghana to be using out of the nation, why don't you shut all those companies down? Because there are laws that clearly state that when the state is looking for you and you evade, and as some time pass and you are not able to show up, that you have to in court or whatever, the state has the right to take or confiscate all your properties. So why are we still in Ghana not taking over Kenoforiata's properties? It means the Attorney General is not doing his work. The OSP, you all know, is a junkie. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's protecting criminals as a special prosecutor, which we all know. Now, I'm talking to the Attorney General. Why is it that Kenoforiata's properties in Ghana, over 300 properties, making millions of dollars for him from our economy, being sent to him abroad? Why are we not taking over Kenoforiata's properties? Why are we not taking over his companies? Why are we sitting here and saying we need Kenoforiata back? Because the companies in Ghana, they are making millions and billions for Kenoforiata, and he built those companies on us. Any interest of the building companies, you know, the money Kenoforiata made in Ghana to build all those companies, those monies are our monies. So we have the jurisdictional right. Our jurisdiction as Anyumani Womb, we need to make sure we confiscate every single company that belongs to Kenoforiata. Mr. P, Mr. S, go into the group of companies. When you enter data bank, the Kenoforiata's group of companies, it is there. Let me show them the number of companies Kenoforiata or Ghana ha. Attorney General. What kind of nonsense is this? And we sit in Ghana, we entertain bullshit. The guy is not going to come into the companies of Ghana. Why are we not confiscating everything? Because every dime that data bank makes, every dime that his insurance company makes, that money is sent to Kenoforiata back in America. So cut that blood off. Cut that blood off. If you don't cut that blood off, Kenoforiata will be living outside, not wanting to come and account for his stewardship. He will be making money out of us indirectly. Are we stupid? And the Attorney General is walking around wearing suit and speaking grammar. What are you doing about that? Or you are scared of Kenoforiata, or you are being paid as an Attorney General. So get to work and make sure you go to court to seek the necessary permission to confiscate every single company that belongs to Kenoforiata, Enterprise Insurance, and the nonsense. We need to take it away from him. But we sit in Ghana, we don't want to take action. Yes, so the press conference. The guy is still taking our blood. He's still making money from Ghana. Why are we making these foolish people take advantage of us like that? And this government, I am so disappointed in the Attorney General. I don't know the kind of work you are doing. We trusted the OSP, who is not trusted by even a dog. Nobody trusts the OSP of Ghana. He basically is working for the MPP. We know he has committed a lot of sins. He's scared to leave that position. That OSP has been compromised. There's no doubt about it. He's not going to do any shit for you people. That OSP sitting there, he's been compromised to the point he cannot do shit. He's there protecting criminality. Now, you, the Attorney General, who needs to show something, you are sitting there. I don't know whether you have connection with Kenofurata, you are benefiting from his money. Why are you not going after his properties? Because the law says it clearly. If at a point, the government has the right to seize every single property you are involved in. So why are we sitting here? Over 200 companies, which is owned by Kenofurata, they are still making money and sending it to Europe, America for Kenofurata. And every time we speak like this, and they will say, we don't respect you people. You are not doing your job. The Attorney General is slowing everything down. This Attorney General is not effective. If you want to show us you are effective, if we need to get Ochina. If the Kenofurata guy wants to stay in America using technicalities, we get it. But Ochina skin, no, we need the skin of the Ochino. Because the moment you take the skin off, that Ochino cannot survive in a jungle. The moment you take the skin off, Ochino will get diseases. Ochino cannot sleep. Ochino cannot even lay in the grass because he's going to be uncomfortable. That is why Ochino wonamno, Ochino wonamkono. So go after his property. When what kind of Attorney General job are you people doing? A nonsense in this country.
Mechanically. Does it make sense to you? So also gold, would you cut oil? Gold for oil. Why don't you sell your gold, make the money and go and buy the oil and go through a middleman? Me man go school. But economics in a gumitrimu keke. Man go school. Simple things that we can do. And I'm surprised. You see, we have the men. We are hailing this. We are hailing gold for oil. Jesus Christ. We need to move. Move. Mechanically. Does it make sense to you? So also gold, would you cut oil? Gold for oil. Why don't you sell your gold, make the money and go and buy the oil and go through a middleman? Me man go school. But economics in a gumitrimu keke. Man go school. Simple things that we can do. And I'm surprised. You see, we have the men. We are hailing this. We are hailing gold for oil. Jesus Christ.
Simple things. You make it complicated. Now, if you put the pressure back to government and so, because the Attorney General is failing to do his job. Simple things you can do. Simple things. Ayanini will talk, lecture everybody, and every day he's going here, he's entering here. Simple things. Take it to court and let court say you cannot take over the companies. Take it to court and prove that you are the Attorney General. This guy, whether it's a co-founder, as far as he has shares in that company, shut the activities down. At a point, we overlook law and look at patriotism. The judge sitting there needs to understand. We want our money back. He's a Ghanaian like yourself. He's traveled to America. He doesn't want to come. A reasonable, rational judge will be like, yes, we also want accountability. So no matter what, whether it's a partnership or full ownership, I am seizing your operations from today. That is what you do as a nation. That is what patriotism means. And the Attorney General was trying to wear a suit. No, a jalalas, no, Cambrofuwe, and you know me, and we know your credentials. Do the job. We know all your credentials. You are a good lawyer. We know your expertise. What are you doing? Let us see something. Simple things. Simple things. So if Kenofurata has 200 companies and over, and he is a shareholder in those companies, what we know is we want Kenofurata to feel the pain. As a nation, we should find ways to seize the operations of those companies. And what makes it better for you as an Attorney General is that there are laws that clearly state that when somebody is needed for accountability and evades, what we can do is we can confiscate their company. It did not say half or full. As far as he's part of a company, that company, he has shares in it, we can confiscate the company. So what kind of drama are we doing in Ghana? Yaka brofo sa yene nim nyansa yene de bia no bia mfre honorable yene ebetuma chechirem. This is not about nchirechiremu. Simple things. You are putting pressure on the government for no reason. For no reason, you the Attorney General, you are putting pressure on the government for no reason. Because simple things you cannot do. Simple things at Ayenini you cannot do. You are doing everything. That is why the biggest problem for this nation is we appointing members of parliament as an attorney general. It is not good. To appoint a member of parliament as attorney general is the beginning of our problems in this nation, and does not apply to only the NDC. Consistently, we have appointed attorney generals who are members of parliament, who are part of the legislature, whose friends are there. He cannot penalize them because he's one of them. He's a politician, he's a member of parliament, he's protecting his friend, and his friend is protecting him. It's all about keeping the seats. So going forward, we need attorney generals who are not affiliated to any constituency. Attorney generals who are professional lawyers who can stand in and speak. Because as much as Ayenini is a good lawyer, a very effective man, the issue is his deficiencies come from parliament because he's a member of parliament. And that is the beginning of Ayenini's weakness. Let us be blunt and straightforward. The weakness of Ayenini is because he's a member of parliament. Because at the end of the day, he's in a mix. At the end of the day, he's a parliamentarian. At the end of the day, it's all about keeping my seat. At the end of the day, I don't have to offend another parliamentarian so that it comes against me. So it is basically, he finds himself in a place where he cannot fully exhibit his powers. I like him, a very straightforward, honorable man, very, very rigid in his decisions, but he's clamped. And that is the mistakes we make as country, as a nation. And I think, Mr. President, we moving forward, we need to think about these things. We, the people discussing Ghana politics, we need to make sure some positions are positions we are not supposed to hand over to members of parliament who are representing constituencies. No matter how effective that person is, as far as it's coming from parliament, as an attorney general, it's not going to be fully effective. Because Senka Yenini, on your MPR, and more effective than what we are seeing. I'm telling you. Ayenini goes to parliament. His colleague parliamentarian comes. Oh, Boga, you know, this person you are chasing, you know what it means. What if we are chasing somebody who is from Ayenini's constituency and that person is a hardened criminal, but at the end of the day, that criminal is also helping the people in the community? Can Ayenini jail that person? He can't. Because when he touches that person, it's like going after El Chapo. It is like going after El Chapo, because El Chapo was seen as a god in his constituency or his community or his place he lives. Because of the money he was getting illegally, he was using the money to help the people. Now, do you say because El Chapo is using cocaine money to help his people, he doesn't have to face the law? He has. But can we do that? We can't, because the seat is a priority. Because without a seat, I can't be an attorney general. That is why, to save them, we make sure we take attorney generals, sensitive positions, not from parliament. We take independent people who are not affiliated to the legislature to come and lead those institutions. And this is not a personal thing against Ayenini. I'm making you understand why he himself is struggling as an attorney general. I am making you understand. This is pure politics I'm talking to you about. That is why Ayenini is struggling. He's struggling because he's got so much branches in parliament. He's a family member in parliament, and it becomes difficult for him to go against his family. To go, let's say, Chenka Chairman won't to me. Bonia Odi Ayenini constituency and Kubet Mejelino to me. You know why? Because if you jail Chairman won't to me, even though the community, they know he's a criminal, he has done galamsey, he has destroyed lives, it will be tough. You know why it's going to be tough? It is because anytime you take that guy to jail, it's going to affect your seats. It becomes more easy when a person is not from a constituency. When the person you are chasing is not going to affect the seats that you are on, the seats that brought you to parliament, the seats that gave you that position. That's why we need to be very careful when we are choosing people to lead positions, especially sensitive positions. Why do you think the Yoko boss, he has no problems? He can go after anybody. You know why? Because he does not hold any political positions in the constituency. And I don't even think that guy has a constituency. Raymond Acha, I don't think he has a place that he say, I'm going to do this and get a seat. So he's working as a crazy chicken. If the trap gets you, we'll come after you. Because the end game is not to protect any friend, not to keep any constituency. And that is what we need to learn as a people. This is not personal against Ayenini, but I can tell you Ayenini is struggling because he's a parliamentarian. Thank you, Mr. S. Let me show you these companies. Thank you, team. And these are companies. Mr. S, should I use the second one? Okay. Let me show you. These are all companies Ken Ofori-Atta owns fully or has shares in them. I have 2 minutes to change the topic. These are companies that Ken Ofori-Atta is associated with. they only fully, any they only their shares in. And these companies are all making money. Where does the money go? Kenofura takes his share. So the person we are chasing after, that we want to take our money, he is still having business in Ghana and making money out of us. Now, let me show you. These are the companies affiliated. Kenofurata is affiliated to. Or affiliated with, whatever you want to say. Data Bank Group. Data Financial Holdings Limited. Data Brokerage Limited. Data Bank Asset Management Services. Data Impact Investment Fund Limited. Ventures and Acquisition Ghana Limited. Enterprise Group PLC. Enterprise Insurance Company Limited. Enterprise Life Assurance Company Limited. Enterprise Trustees Limited. Enterprise Properties Limited. AAFSME Fund LLC. Trust Bank Limited, The Gambia. International Bank, Liberia Limited. BK Group PLC, Rwanda. These are companies that Kenofurata has shares in. 99% of the companies are all Ghanaian-based companies. Why have we not taken over these companies? Because if you want the guy to come, Data Bank Financial Holdings Limited, some of them, he's a full owner, and some too, he's a partner. Why are we sitting here? And then we can bring Kenofurata. Hit where it hurts. That is what you do. Hit where it hurts. All these things, when you hit it, it will hurt him. You can even extend it to Liberia, extend it to Rwanda, extend it to Gambia, make a case there. But we are sitting here speaking grammar. Everyday grammar. We know the law, but we cannot implement the law. All these companies, 99% of them are Kenofurata there. At least every company he makes $1 from, we have the right as Ghanaians, if they operate in Ghana, to confiscate, to stop their services, to make it hurt. Why do you? So because when you stop them from working, his partners will put pressure on him. Because of you, now we cannot work in Ghana. Because of you, we have been shut down. Because of you, the government has taken over. Now he will feel the heat. The heat is that he either steps away totally for his shares to be taken away from him, or that is what you do. You hit where it hurts. You look at the person and see, where can I hit him that it will hurt? But Ken is still enjoying from our own monies. The fight against corruption can be fought easily. We are making it complicated and complex. We, the politicians, we, the people who think that we are too wise, we are making the fight against corruption difficult. This is where we are today. We cannot do any nonsense. And you see, the most painful aspect is that when you do this as a nation, as a government, we don't understand. The law has to be tested. No law will be tested. President will come out, issue an executive order, everything linked to Kenofurata should be shut down. But we sit here, we want to manage the country like we are selling Elder Miriku's album, like we are selling Daddy Luma's cassettes. We go to people, we just want to convince them to buy. And you know, the nonsense we are entertaining, and then corruption. That is the nonsense. We look at the way public servants are duping the nation. President, I will start all my investigations from public servants. Those who are working in the ministries. I will leave the minister. They will send me to the minister where the money is going. Power Ghana, corruption, those public servants, chief directors, accountant, you start with them. When you press their balls, they will tell you who took the money up there. But we stand up and then we will go. We are going after this politician. Politicians are actors. They are actors. And we need to get these things right. All these companies belong to Kenofurata. Most of them belongs to him. Some of them, he is a part owner. So what are we doing in Ghana? Ayeni, and my brothers, you know, and my experience. We know your experience. We know your record. You're a great lawyer. You are an exceptional lawyer. Very good. But you're not doing the right thing. You are not looking at the right places. After this short break, we will enter into vigilantism in Ghana. But before that, Mamen Chomo, the president and the Kwachi Ofosu spoke, and he put some information out. What are the information? I'll say President Mahama is famed for his investment in mega world-class infrastructure. Now, he delivered Terminal 3 at the Accra International Airport, the massive MPS terminal at the Tema Harbour, found $400 million for the Tema to Impakadan Rail project, among others, which we all know. Now, he returned to Accra International Airport on Thursday, 27th August, to cut sword for this new multi-tiered, multi-purpose car park and airport hotels complex with the following features. He goes on to say this, or write this. He says, 7-story car park, 2 hotels, a pedestrian connector to the terminal, 2,000 plus car park bays, a shopping mall with food court, retail spaces and office spaces for rental, a sky lounge for entertainment, a sky observatory for aircraft viewings, landing and takeoffs. So basically, Honorable Kwachi Ofosu had information out to on the 27th. The President of the Republic, John Dramani Mahama, Obeko Accra International Airport, or Sako Kati Sword Biom. Now, before I say, you need Mahama, the way, and any Jumedi, any record of Mahama Kuta, Oba Accra International Airport, Senior or Ye Terminal 3, and there will be a drone in Yaji, Mahama, Sebu, now buying NDC no ye. The same Mahama and Oba Ayetema Porter, MPS, Habo ya Bienka Kraka, Kesiende, Shipa Kesia Landi Ejo Mahama, Najrimu Port, Nyanse Gutano, NODA, John Dramani Mahama, Nyoma Bebria Yenim, and John Dramani Mahama, Asabe Bium, or say Osade, a so ebe from the Accra International Airport. First, I need a Terminal 2 near Yes, John Mahama said, Yebe Daneno into another ultra modern space. Ebema Airport, Ayakesia, a hotel bewum, restaurant bewum, baby 20 bewum, car park cars over Bayer 2,000 bit my parking or and Ebia Ombesi a car park story building, Abronsan twice 7 a parking car and the Oko Airport. Into on the 27th, which is I think tomorrow, President Mahama will be at Accra International Airport. And you cannot miss this. Obeko Accra International Airport, I think 27th is on Thursday. Obeko Accra International Airport at the Asakobo form. Or Babi Miki Show say, Saadi way, ye babe. And I mention pictures, no. Send a obet the ye can I say. Saadi way na John Mahama at the Aso Ekobo for my Yebisino, Accra International Airport. Yes, Saadi Bekahum. Umpe na Pekaya Motium. Umpe ba umia munafiki, American Muslim, or you prekos or preko nkwine, or you preko eda eba ni name ba umia no. This is what the visionary John Dramani Mahama ebeye. Into Basa John Mahama twaso and also uchaso. Where the one kasa wasem. John Mahama twaso akadens on twaso. Obeso twaso because say John Mahama ni endis nebeya. Obian to me yet. King crane to crying. Adena mekan was a mamim biem na ofu bianca say ye huni ye. Mamim biem enye. Wey ena John Mahama Thursday or day aso ekobo from akutwa humem ye be ye no ngran o wi oba be ye bi e Ghana for nyina de ebe koso no Accra International Airport Terminal 3 car park and hotels. Terminal 3 sorry, not Terminal 2, Terminal 3. John Mahama the way be kan or the be cut Terminal 3 no ho. Dubai aba Ghana, abrochira aba Ghana, ni nyina John Mahama infu iba ye, wi no mbe no ye, jantrafo omo yere no to bags ni ehun samira otumi tamada katu bag e kamu na o de tu kwan G string ne gum se pram enti we na John Mahama ebeye ba omi aba na na yere tumi fo chartered flight no da ko India akohwehwe kunkumba jiafo nkwasiafo yetena krom ha na second lady a charter flight KLM obi amfu bi na ono nko ade ko India Samira ba omi sledge na o de akohwe kunkumba jiankwasiafo yema mutumi na momfanya den. This is what I'm talking about. Dear John Mahama be enie inti se unima obe connect airport no ade na hu ni Browns ana ise wo no nipa na be fam ai na bag kuta bag papa Sterling Pacific ade na use opa ko check price no obetuma to ato inti ene use Sterling Pacific no sa bag no enya nkwankra bag me I use Sterling Pacific like all the brands all the sizes inti ene use Sterling Pacific no e ho ne be fa inti utobia na udru airport wa o bag hu twitwi stainless steel Sterling Pacific bag papa inti we nyina ebekoso John Mahama enebeye okobutwa ahumem Thursday ebe 27th inti yene use Sterling Pacific no Ghana for obag yo we udi fem inti unam street kwan so ai baomia edenam form na eku for the namase and so reality ne say John Dramani Mahama or the street no connector no enam soro na wotina play mu ano no we na John Mahama ebeye and we na yaji sikegu a yede beye umpe we na opeka ya botium Mama Mahama and Twaso and one problem because in Kwasiafo Yomoba, Omako Kunkumbaja, we nim the Mr. P, Mr. S, but much Kunkumbaja visit no, and how much send your co Kunkumbaja, Samira Baomia and Kakantata and Kokoso or join you. Now my mention more pictures send be about Sterling Pacific de here. It is up say ye way na some person bag mu betwitwa na what Sterling Pacific bag. Yes. O hwe bag mu nyina Rolls Royce no. Ai se be osika embro $3,000 want to be to. Na what Sterling Pacific onam ho ehun twitwa. Na udu oso a ebinie yesa the lounge ne ade kyese u plane nyamba ye na u free nsanwene so na ebia ho na u free e na obusuanfo abegya wa mbenya bebi ada mbenya bebi edidi etwa moto na matwan mu plane no we any hotel omobeye ede ahyem ochina ochina chi John Mahama ekotwa homem ya start inti mu amu free den entobiase ene bekwai ene den apapodo moso amu free asankregwa ane ayedo amokwa abrocha mbese mo busuanfo kotwan mo airport no mo ba na se mo plane Thursday ram kodu Wednesday motuma da hotel we ene de John Mahama ahyehya atokwa mu a ochina chi okotwa homem na de den aso abofo ma ye adwuma ye bebo adwuma ba ye wei okaso be terminal 3 oyeye okaso be etamahabo oyeye ede na John Mahama kaso be ya onye we koso mo a mo free be kwaya mo de dan futuro ma mo ba na sebio futuro be ye mo kon ho no ene mo nim no mo ntare amutum fu plane mo be duru nkan a ye hotel wo airport wo inti mutumi nkoda eye because okoda kaso a wo da central region mo so a mo free de tobiam ene Antobiase no sebio ubedu akra na se kasa koda kaso a wo da central region kesa wo da mankesim no nje se John Mahama so odi hotel akese eba airport wo achinechi obetwa homem ni yesi na we nyina wo nti mu free de Antobiase na mudi mo fachi eba nkran a na mpese wo fa ne motena be 2 days a hotel wo ho bebi a akona de no ka minim atwesua na wakase wo fa de abroche de wo bobra na odiscover so munsi dan na modi sika no wo fa bo betumi na akọ into when you na bekoso na ade de ende etem sama mpɔhena bomu into sa obeso hwe de nwumre mu a sei na beye John Mahama ABC into kachira MPP fo tankwasiafo mo beye den this so ugina wona wo hwe dan na sei de beye John Mahama mebusa wo Bide mi busao into one pasa on pesa John Mahama be finish ade o obewie into pesa otoasa some pesa betoaso o pesa otoasa some pesa betoaso kwase bi se menti ase e na John Mahama be koye me say Ghana for the be decide John Mahama toaso some man toaso wo de wa wasem ba omi antumi nya sa ade we de yire hia sika koto bag ne yire ohia sika koto bag ohia sika koto makeup or pegi string kura chen kuran samira ba omia into osamo ti ase aban papa ba inti mo ba enkran beja mo fa de bia mo ba na makenkan sinsem mudu airport light word round about amu hu be bia mo fa yamfa airport shell ya fa so ayekọ eyi o polo club na yekọ edim so traffic na oyeni bebre so sa ne mo ni nya so betwa wo fa free Germany ba na wo fa beko Friday obetu no bedu nkran Wednesday na Thursday no ono matena hotel ho e airport wo bebi a wo fa ne asko na no ana ne car phone no to Germany de ba no benya bebi a park wo airport wo na monya bebi ada ahohoro moto abo powder no pa enwumbre agimuni saa na John Mahama eye de aboa mo ai debi Ghana nye sika ne ayebi wa santimemu ai enyina so mbeboa ma NDC atena power ai ujwa kwa inti we just have to be serious and then support the president John Dramani Mahama. This is going to go on and ebesi ya ji ehun sika nyina da ho John Mahama ye terminal 3 ye nyina ehu emude ye duru ane afi esen ye twan ye bag ye duru pebeti kankin flight number 773 going to Amsterdam first no konkon omukasa kura wonti they say John Mahama speakers papa both speakers ena wo airport wo eduane papa intina say on se mokwa montumi mo pese moko fie burger for mo free Liberia for Libya for mo nya burger for Dubai mo nya doba mo amokọ de amano ne no omo so mo dua no mo ni so atan omo an wakọhye Kenya sa sorry free my man no free my we de man no kokọ to enya wa yi chairman manja mi chairman we de fa chave omo aka me beka de me ka beka Congo na me ka Kenya sorry chairman we de biati you chairman yi free Pambole chairman ani panche man kan ye kura chairman en kan beka Congo en kan beka Congo en na ka Kenya sorry wakotena Congo za wakotena Colombia tesa won sheda hu airport papa na nse obudu abuti kinkin bo se boga for twetwe muni so person hu se boga for na omukọ amanone omankọ abruchi ti say dia omuti kinkin flight number 734 moving from Ghana Accra International Airport to Lelenzo. I am not check airport now, plane free high cohoro. And then I bet you will be all call. Or I'll call the flight 777 leaving Accra International Airport to Lendo Airport. Also, Oko Gambia. Also, Oko El Lesotho. Also, Omiem Aqua. Flight number 737 leaving for Kuala Lumpur all the way and transit to Yemen, Gucci Man. They say, Kuala Lumpur, I know what you know. Or do I see no about Gucci Man? I or Yemen. Yemen, it's so. I'm on for the Jammy Bruta. By you jump. I'm on for the Jammy, but me jump for Jimmy Conwa. Is the my mistake? Me free mind in your problem. Many free mind. Into Yesiano, Sadia way I wash no. Idea way I wash no. Make us say, bra comment section natural, Mahama Twaswa, my bonny. Trust say Twaso, Udo Filia, Yanya, you know, has ya, Yanya Savi no ha. It's ya, Sadia way. Besama Hama Betwaso, so Besama Hama Twaswa, maybe. Met my tro, Obia Sama Hama Twaso. Mebo Bodin, Obia Besama Hama Twaso, Opesama Hama Twaswa, Mammy, Yaya service is here 99% of Ghanaians become Hama Twaso. Na san communion die. San komono. Ye nyan ready say be di. Ye be say this san komono Ghana for nyina nim so say Mahama toaso. Ai, na de we, when I just about me betuma be. When I say party ni bi betuma ba betoaso. Obia nim say Mahama toaso, e na ekoso no, Mahama toaso na ekoso no. Ko he comment section. Obia say Mahama toaso. Enyo munya na ndisi fo Ghana for Germany for omutie kurase nya say Mahama toaso. UK form tetin tabuom omo dai o stretch on san bom krom say Mahama toaso. Ye pe eye abrochire form tie kurase omo nya say Mahama toaso. E dey be na wo pe. Dey na wo pe kaya motium. Mahama toaso na ekoso no. JM toaso minya kran kam de ba ko pem so. Mezas mama yi ba ko. Ai na menkyere mo ade no Jo Mahama campaign song na see ye no. Also munya mo ti ase say ade no enye say bia obi tan obi o. Yes, Mahama Twaso and Chase Kanikeko. It is because John Dramani Mahama. A Juma Waye, Nyoma Oye. In fact, besides, me pe Mahama Twaso Bako. Na Mahama Njai, na Wambe. Adewe Awi. Inti John Mahama Onjai. Na Wana Nembe, why Nembe Twaso. I am asking you. Saadi Amedia Choti, Mamim Bium. Oya Ghana Nina Oshemi, Ewo Ghana. This is what John Dramani Mahama or Babeye. This is a Jumedia Obitran Wahumum, our Terminal 3, our Accra International Airport. And John Dramani Mahama, Babeye, into Umpewe, Upediang. John. Watch your wings. Again, it's coming again, and it's coming home. Open 1 and answer open 4. MB4. Mope 1 and answer open 4. Won't you back? MPP4 mope 1 and answer open 4. We as simple as Titia. MPP mope 1 and I'm open 4. Won't you back? Do you want 1 or you want 4? Obanyansa for you bunibe. Yen kana sem. Me say MPP for mo per 1 and answer mo per 4. Choose 1. MPP for mo per 1 and now mo per 4. Obanyansa for you bunibe. Because nyoma ye hu no TV Sunday. A bed day se Ghana ni be better than John Mahama Kofi. Hey, a bed day papa. It will be very difficult because when you see such projects now. Yeah, they are so before for my Juma way. Abra nipa no track record of building such edifice. Na Ghana ni and Adwini Juma we to kwan kakra ne nie bie. Atna o se John Mahama Kofi. Na hwan beto aso. A simple question. Na hwan beto aso. Ko ba o me ontumi to at ade we so. Onim nyansa obetima yesa ade we. Enti Ghana ni odi mokodi nkyene. Na waka che ne se JM njai sa ade we nsi wo. MPP mo per 1 and mo per 4. Choose 1 and choose wisely. 1 or 4, you people should choose wisely because the other choosing no and the better destiny. MPP, more per 1 and now more per 4. You guys should choose wisely, 1 or 4. Maybe. Now, there's this issue about a vigilantism, and we saw an event a baswa. It's got to do with vigilantism. Etutrafwa omaje Ghana elections aboso ewa Ghana. Now, and a few people came together to discuss what we call the anti-vigilantism law. You're passing enche ebia na ebebre eye vigilantism ase. etuturafo and the political parties ate ekuku a omuku nipa bru nipa in the name say ye protect party ye petumi. Emra yashemra. Now the question you asking is say, at a point in the history of Ghana, a DNA PIA may decide to say, when it comes to vigilantism, anko for friend party, vigilantes are omo ebunipa ekunipa area ballot boxes committee crime no. Hini ye bedru ya ye nyina ba together as a nation ka say see ade. Ye de emrabi by a friend the anti-vigilantism law. Then emaya yes ade no. And then ba ya ema Ghana for dodo ka say where the was say if you say the young be danti. It was when NPP Mahamudu Bawumia they were in power. It is what we saw. Nyoma yehuye. We all knew about vigilantes. We all knew about people who were party killers, who were party soldiers, who were party defenders or security. We have known this from 1992, 96, 2000, 2004, 2008, 2012, 14, 16, 2020, 24. The question here is, Adena from 92, 96, 2000, 2004, Ebabesi Ayade, 2016, we did not have a problem with what we call party vigilante. And I say party watchdog, security for. But at a point in our history, we all panicked. The country came to a halt. A pain and a yaw and a hubi beto Ghana so. That was under Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo in 2019. That was when Yehu say, Saadi a friend of vigilantism, party bullies, party killers, party foot soldiers turned into paramilitary. They showed us to say a day will come where a political party will assemble criminals in the name of national security to murder Ghanaians. It happened. It happened when Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and Bawumia led Ghana. In 2019, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and MPP for releasee thugs in the name of party national security operatives. What they did was an eyesore. We all saw what happened. And if you have forgotten, way and a day a friend of the anti-vigilantism law under Akufo-Addo, how he used militants to brutalize civilians in the name of national security.
It was a normal morning. Electorates began queuing very early, some as early as 6 a.m. to cast their ballots peacefully and dash to work. Early reports suggested the process began smoothly, but eyebrows were raised about the presence of heavily armed security personnel, as many as 6 per polling station across the constituency. Political party agents were vigilant and ordinary people watched from afar, but it was an unusual election day. Heavily armed masked men in bulletproof vests, dressed in black polo shirts and khaki trousers, marked NSC as agents of the National Security Council, seen in police pickups, crisscrossed the main streets towards Bauleshi, a known NDC stronghold. The arrival of the operatives in Rambletown surprises all. About 25 hooded men in 5 pickups or so jump off. In a well-orchestrated plan, they run across the compound where voters had queued waiting for their turn, creating fear and panic. Journalists begin taking pictures, and that provokes the indiscriminate mayhem visited on them. A senior immigration officer at the scene is captured placing an SOS call as he takes cover. In this video, the suspected NPP Invisible Force members are captured beating a man mercilessly, kicked in the face, whilst others pounce on any civilian in sight, punching them and beating others with the butt of their guns. The chaos forces people to flee as policemen try desperately in vain to restrain the NSC agents. After about 6 minutes, they proceed to their next target, the residence of the NDC parliamentary candidate, Delali Kwesi Brempong, few yards away behind the Bauleshi Presby Basic 1 JHS polling station. His house is besieged by the armed men, threatening to shoot as they are confronted by the NDC candidate supporters. They point guns as they demand access to search the house, open fire with live bullets, leaving at least 18 injured. 2 near-fatal cases were recorded. Bullet shells and bloodstains outside the residence attract onlookers, while irate persons seeking to fight back are seen being calmed by the police.
Don't take the laws into your own hands. The police, we are managing the situation.
Senior officers, including Director in charge of Operations Greater Accra, Chief Superintendent Kwesifori, rush to the scene but look on helplessly.
So they are not your men.
I don't know those who came here.
Do you know the men on the ground?
This is something that we need to investigate. But I don't know those who came here. So because all my policemen are not marked. You can see from wherever.
So you know the men on the ground. You know your men on the ground.
I know the men on the ground,
and they are not marked.
And I can see them when I see them.
MP for Ningo Pram Pram, Sam George, is seen questioning the shooting incident. He is confronted for daring to face them, and he gets his first slap. Listen and watch carefully as one of the men shouts, "This is the beginning of 2020." In the chaos, police reinforcement and military teams arrive, armed but unable to stop the violence. The masked men return to the school compound, finish up with more beatings before setting off. The voting center is deserted while officers try to secure the ballot box and voting materials. NDC National Chairman Samuel Ofosu-Ampofo rushes to the scene, meets the traumatized candidate, and announces NDC's decision to boycott the polls after a brief meeting to prevent the violence from escalating.
Today is a very sad day for democracy, and the NDC as a party cannot and will not be part of this exercise. Therefore, we are asked our agents to withdraw.
In less than an hour, more police couples arrive at the scene. It is obvious that the operation was planned on the blind side of some service commanders, as military officers in the pickups seemed blacked out and had no orders. News spreads fast on radio, on various online portals, TV, and of course, social media, attracting more officials to the scene. MPP General Secretary John Buedu arrives and blames the NDC for orchestrating the violence.
You see, this is the impression that opponents want to create in order to scare people from coming to vote.
NDC hurriedly arranges news conference to restrain supporters who besiege the party headquarters, demanding directives to fight back.
So basically, this is 2019. This is where the panic started. This is where we're like, no, this is getting real. This is where we got to that point. If we don't get serious about this vigilantism that has been officially unveiled by the NPP government, then we will all be at the wrong side. Let me be fair here. Vigilantism, from 1992, we saw both parties have security, their own private security, man their boxes at various polling stations. And I'm not a kid. We can't kid ourselves and say NPP Nkwa. But you see, the activities of vigilantes, and I say the group are not protecting political party, no party militia. No, we didn't see them that crazy until Kufuor and Bawumia took office. The reason I show video was because I wanted you to understand panic na Emaya quickly went to the table to try and get Emrabia to deter political parties from forming vigilante groups. Because you see, all political parties will tell you if they have security or they form these kind of groups, it is with good intentions. It's to protect the party. It's to make sure nobody intimidates the party. The party people are protected, executives. But that intention, as time goes on, not all political parties are honest in their intentions. So at a point, we realized that some political parties capitalized on we Ghanaians accepting party security and took advantage of that opportunity and used them against us. It is our person who baby started here, we didn't pay attention. It was when Ekufuado and Bawumia took office, 2017, the invincible forces of the NPP that worked, beat people up to bring the NPP to power. No, they attacked a sitting judge who was presiding on a case. One of NPP's invincible forces with the bonnet. 2017, we still did not see the light, sir. We still did not see, say, the political parties, especially the NPP, were grooming militia in the name of party vigilante, in the name of party security. When we take a step back, 2017, we all glossed over a very important and dangerous move by MPP, which basically hid behind party security to basically train murderers, train militia, train paramilitary, train people who had access to weapons to take over our court. Into 2017, about power na and a way, but we didn't pay attention. So 2017, and invincible forces ewura a court. And a judge in a case so na MPP invincible forces for Nibia omudi bonema ya chiomo. Invincible forces ni wura court wo. Judge na onyem omo bono epamono eyi omo call for the free court. The media did not say anything. And all of us thought that was a joke. That was the beginning of our end. And when I say the beginning of our end, the beginning of protecting our democracy, that is where the distraction started. Now, the so-called party security, the so-called MPP party security, they turned them into a militia, a killing machine that could go after judges or multi cases, so all because a member or Kamohono was being trialed. So you get the picture. Now remember, any MPP or vigilante groups or party security, it cuts across. Even parties in Kitinkiti can tell you they also have people who protect their party and all that. But you see, vigilante and our party security, they have been there for years. From 1992, since you started to your first elections in Ghana, we've had party security. But the wake-up call started 2017. And the BP Ayawaso West Wagon, 2019. That is where the panic started. Now the question here is, who is to be blamed? Why no was a blame? No? How did we get here? Yesterday, I was reacting to Muntaka Mubarak, the interior minister, press conference bi obe make here, ekechere say, Ayawaso West Wagon, Techiman South, they are still trying to find the people who basically committed those offenses. At a point, Okreche Krampo say, baby, I 30 rounds, 50 rounds, bullet they could not trace it to any gun in Ghana. And I'm talking, I say, Muntaka Mubarak is a disease of a politician. And that investigation they did, the man now or no so be kan senkai or no near boni ba timutua and come back actually say all the killings that happened in 2024 even the bullets could not link to any gun. Did he actually look through that report? Did he seek the consent of the security leadership, from the police hierarchy, from the national security, from all the security. Did he even contact them? Did he even consult them on the kind of investigation that has been given to him as a politician? He didn't do it. And I don't think he did it. Because if Muntaka had taken his time to seek the knowledge, the experience, the suggestion of maybe the police hierarchy, the national security, and the other security agencies about the report that has been presented to him, I don't think Muntaka Mubarak would have read that nonsense to us as a report, investigative report on 2020-2024 general elections. Now, the most interesting thing is, and there was an event, and that event was about a anti-vigilantism law you pass here. Now, the law na you pass here, what has it done? Has it changed the way people still attack people during elections and all that? Because the existence of vigilantism in Ghana politics, it basically kills the confidence we have in our elections. When people are elected or people win power because of the activities of vigilantes, and as a vigilantism, no, or the vigilantes, no, most people tend to disbelieve or tends to not to trust the electoral process, because the chaos that comes around, the chaos that happens during elections, you know, it gives a lot of people the mind to think that people don't win elections convincingly or legally. And that is the first thing affecting a crew. The existence of vigilantism, what it does is it kills democratic process. Because every time there are people doing things against the other opponent feels that because of those actions in the election and also winning, so be winning legitimately. Rebecca said no, because of this and that and this, and the election isn't free and fair. The first step I bet to be protecting a democracy, to make sure our elections are fortified and respected and believed by that Ghanaian who voted. We need to first get rid of vigilantism. And I say vigilante groups in Ghana, no matter the political party, are power. Because the law has been established, but we are still seeing these crazy people affiliated to different political parties still doing the same thing. In fact, it has become worse. And when I say it has become worse, from 2017, 2020, 2024, we have seen people shot. People were gunned down during elections. But from 2014, 2017, when it first happened, we thought it was a joke. It wasn't. Now, if people have died because of these vigilantes, they have shot people, they have walked free, what tells you, and what shows you, say, it will not be worse. Now, something interesting happened today, and I took my time to listen to people or the expertise who were present at this anti-vigilantism law event they organized today. Well, yesterday and today, I think so. There are a few people who made some very important statements. And I'll start with the National Security Boss. The National Security Boss, who is technically the head of all security agencies in Ghana. If the National Security Boss tells the president to sleep, the president will sleep. If the National Security Boss calls the president and tells Mr. President, today, shut the nation down because we, from our intelligence, we have gathered this and that every single Ghanaian should sleep at 2. The president would take that instead of the Ghana Police or even the Interior Ministry or any security agency. When you talk about protections, security protection, the intelligence and also the expertise when it comes to protecting a nation, it resides with the national security. Now, the boss of the national security spoke at this event and making some very profound statements. And there are statements I believe we are not supposed to underestimate it when, say, I already say a person fighting these vigilantes, because they are on the ground. The national security always have first-hand intelligence, first-hand information about how or what people are trying to do to underestimate or undermine our democracy. So in a nation like Ghana, you go through a lot of these things. The National Security Boss makes a statement about vigilantism and the new tactics they are deploying, the new strategy they are doing, coming up with, then we as a people, we have to sit back and listen critically and know, say you need the help of the security agencies. If we don't get them and support them, it means a point will come, any protection as a nation. Now, the National Security Board made some very interesting statements about vigilantism, the new style of vigilantism, how some political parties are still adamant, how some political parties are still behind the scene building machinery, negative killing machineries. They call them vigilantes to disrupt our democracy or our electoral process. Let's go listen to the National Security Boss.
Earliest reports of political vigilantism in modern Ghana traces back to the 1950s during the pre-independence era. Then, over successive election cycles, informal party task forces evolved into organized groups, some with uniforms, command structures, and weapons. What began as a wonderful act of youth mobilization for party visibility gradually degenerated into election-related violence that directly challenged state security by intimidating opponents and disrupting election processes. Election violence is not a routine law and order inconvenience, ladies and gentlemen. It undermines confidence in the democratic transfer of power, erodes trust in state institutions, weakens investor confidence, and threatens the social cohesion on which our republic is anchored. Per the 1992 Constitution, the authority to organize and deploy any state security or force is solely vested in the state. Therefore, any group that purports to assume power outside this constitutional framework, be it by guiding ballot boxes, undertaking armed patrols, seizing property, detaining persons, or intimidating communities, is a direct threat to lawful state authority. Act 999 was therefore a very timely law which was largely in response to public concern, civil society advocacy, and certain unfortunate by-election incidents. Most importantly, it was a bipartisan acknowledgement that political vigilantism threatens everyone, regardless of party affiliation. The law did not merely seek to dissolve enthusiastic party youth mobilization. No, that's not what it was intended. Rather, it prohibited the creation, the organization, the recruitment, the training, the arming, the funding, and the support of such groups in any form or shape geared toward all political acts of vigilantism. This connotes the permission of peaceful party youth fronts and not the usual, if you will permit me to name them, cat lions of some savannah enclave or limping goats of so and so political party, unquote. However, we must not mistake reduced visibility of these groups as complete eradication. A vigilante group is a vigilante group, regardless of its name, uniform, or publicity. We are very much aware that, one, some groups are rebranding as internal security teams, volunteer task forces, or community security initiatives. Two, others have dissolved into looser and less visible networks that are more complex to track. But if our ability to track people on social media is anything to go by, a word to a wise is enough. Again, mobilization has moved online on social media, encrypted chats, local disputes, private security arrangements, or other informal channels. However,
when the National Security Boss was speaking, Okansembia is very important. And it's a Ghana Nibia Edidiagro. He made it clear. So when it comes to vigilantism and our vigilante groups in Ghana, they are more dangerous. We should not see them as mere groups following political parties. Or say, sa groups, groups are Sebio, your dream say, Oma be a part of party, Oma be a part of our politics, into a normal, or say, a normal. A junior, na etari chira in the 92s, yeah, Babedru, 2016, 17, 18, I bet political parties, they say, sa groups, assassin. And this is the National Security Boss who is on the ground, who gets all the intelligence about security in Ghana. It does not matter the kind of security issues. The National Security Boss knows what is happening in Ghana. Now, the Okanya, a man here dangerous. They say, or see, they have reduced visibility of the groups. Meaning, since it says our law way by, the groups, but they are there. Or say, right now, they are getting more dangerous than before. Right now, almost a change strategy is internal party security. They are party cohesion, protecting, also the dimbia to so. But realistically, they are more dangerous when you cannot visibly see the activities. And from their intelligence, and he is speaking as a National Security Boss, or say right now what they are doing is say they have rebranded these dangerous groups. These groups are in the past shot people during elections. These groups are in 2017 went into court premises, beat pregnant judges up, take their people out. These groups are Omoba Ayawaso West Wagon. These are the kind of groups that we have seen videos and witnessed the activities. Or see, right now, some parties have rebranded them. And the way they have done it, they say, Oma rebrand your mama mudin fufrobina, Oma maya quiet, but they are beneath the party. The parties mobilizing them and weaponizing them to destroy our democracy. Now, all can see, the most dangerous part is, even though they are on social media, which at the end of the day is good for the national security to also use their tools to track them, they've been on social media and being invincible, or we not seeing their activities. That is where they are doing their recruitment. That is where the parties are fortifying them, weaponizing them, and making them more dangerous. Because you see, when they are on social media and create groups because of the rebranding they have branded, it is technically like a terrorist group recruiting people online. So what they are doing now, some political parties in Ghana, they have set these groups, rebranded them, giving them some internal names, internal party security. And then they are using this platform to recruit young people, putting some ideology in their heads for them to join them through social media, invincibly, to make sure, say, when the time comes, they will do damage. Now, this goes to every political party in Ghana. But this information from the National Security Boss should shake everybody. Because when you hear a politician sit on TV to say, 2028, the tables will turn. 2028, it should never come. It is this kind of inspiration that some people have been able to initiate. They are gathering their confidence from these kind of things. Because of what some political parties are doing underground, we don't see plainly in our faces, but we cannot see. That is why it gives some politicians the confidence to say the table will turn. 2028, we know what we will do. 2028, we will take power force. But when you get a national security boss who is confident in his statement, and at a point, Otia Samokaye or say they can do what they want to do. They can extend it to their social media. But he is warning any group, any political party that thing to say they can basically put such groups together without the national security noticing. It's a warning to all political parties, and it's a warning to people who are involved in this recruitment, vigilantism, and thinking they are not watching. And let Ghanaians understand, when the national security comes out one day and they do a major ransacking and arrests. Nobody should get up in Ghana and say, the national security has targeted people. Because for the national security boss to come give all these points, then it means he has been briefed, they have done the investigations, they know what they are looking at and what they are targeting. Because their principal job as the national security, President Yin say he is supposed to protect your security. He is supposed to give you security, is to protect you. The core mandate of the national security and the other security agencies is to be proactive, is to let the people know that we know what political parties are doing. We saw what happened in 2024. We saw what happened in 2020. We saw what happened in 2017. And this national security boss came to this event to indirectly warn these people who are involved in this vigilantism. These people, political parties are rebranding. And we have seen a lot of them popping up in different colors, different names. And they're telling us, oh, this is internal security force. No. These are people they are weaponizing, training to destroy our democracy. Inti America John said, we should not underestimate every statement or any statement this national security boss has made. Because without the briefing, without the intelligence, we will be living in this country. Young men and women will be weaponized by a politician. They will take this government down, this country down. At a point in our history, we had a national security minister after the Ayawaso West Wagon incident. Your bo nipa tuo etwitwa nipa ono ankasa ebetina commissioner nipa say me na mesuma vigilantism to go after the Ghana for no. He was bold enough, and I'm talking about Brian Champon. At a point yekunipa video I'm lecturing shooting for Ayawaso West Wagon. Brian Champon was able to go. He was a national security minister on TV to tell them, say, when he was the national security minister, whatever happened, omode thugs, vigilante boys, he said there was nothing wrong with it and that he was happy about it. This is Brandy Champon, MPP, former national security minister.
Bigger than the Honorable Albert that we here. We don't know if Honorable Brandy Champon is growing bigger than the minister or somebody. Secondly, Yakasa Naka was City FM meeting and now Mope Obi at the Ashera Nas BVC. It's a year, I see you'll be the shadow so no and a year. Then we come to the operation they see that they know. Your thought on it, sir, operation of course you know from intelligence, I'm picking cache of arms be our baby in Yamano. Say they need our course, you know. Were you happy with it?
Thank you. Very important questions. One, I think the only reason why, again, I came into this fray is because I work at National Security, and then I also was the only one that spoke on CTFL. And therefore, all guns should turn on me for that day.
But not the minister himself.
It's all right. I don't want to go that far. But a lot of people have died in these kinds of things, where you are being accused wrongly or because of something that you have said, you are being chased here and there. So I think that's the reason. Why is it that when national security mentioned, listen, I'm a young guy. I'm a young guy. I'm very much trained in this business of intelligence and security. I'm highly experienced in this business of intelligence and security, both in education and practical field training. And therefore, it is very easy for me to understand issues and explain it in a way that the operatives will understand, the agents will understand, and I'm a politician, so I can also break it down for the public to understand. So maybe that kind of active mind puts me in the fore, and therefore every so often when national security is mentioned, and also, I mean, it is also very true that when you want things done, you call. When you want things done well, you call Brian. I mean, it's not about.
What do you call Brian boss? I mean, I won't friend Brian boss now. Friend Brian.
I'm saying, Obiawano, he's a fine pair of hands. My boss, Honorable Kandapa, is a very fine pair of hands. You know, but Obiawano is skill, Obiawano is specialty. You know, but I am known for say, oh, now we the good resources. Here you call somebody you call.
Then you agree, sir. Anything that now organized, no, not appointed towards you, sir. If this kind of operation costs what, they are sure that the person who will be leading them and then
if there were any gaps in the delivery or in the execution of Ayawaso West Hong Kong, that will even tell you that it wasn't that day, it wasn't under my dress.
Now, because
I would have been a little bit more classic than this. It would have been a little bit more classic than this. My delivery is very fine. My delivery is fine. I mean, if I was there on that day supervising this thing, you can be sure that these gaps that we have, that is being pointed about everybody. No trace. Maybe. I'm not saying no trace.
Obia Oye NDC Nikachi said, Obia NDC Nikachi said, Honorable Brian and start operation we will be brave. I can't consent your corner. He said it. I mean,
you can be sure.
But that day no operation, as I said, your thoughts, you know, I'm quite.
Well, as far as the intelligence that was picked, and I see the commission also said, say, the quality of the intelligence was poor.
You see, so Brandon Champon, who was in charge of national security, I got to radio so catch Ghana for say, on the Obia Nimuno, Ope say ye dieu, na your boni patuo, na ya tete Ghana for in the name of national security, upo be manayi ni ye or no. And also be an oka say, oh, they see why you was so west no. Senanko of anyone can be classic chain de no. Do you understand what he's saying? Brian Champon agada vigilantes. Wagada terrorists. Video nam de no akobo Ghana for botuo. Now buying our power as the national security boss. Now nipa yakuni yatwetwa nipa. Wabetina radio sika kire Ghana for say they see why you was so west no sanko location one be classic chance. Then you get animals sitting with him laughing. So at that moment, we saw a political party in power that was officially unveiling vigilantism and moving them to the point where they were above national security. They were above the police. They were even above the military. Because this guy sat on national TV, on radio to tell Ghana for say, "Etuna ya boy no, Minister MP na ya boy no." In Kofori Chicha almost sekano, sanko hankabe worse than this. And some people saw this as a normal statement. And then idea by ya do 2020. And 2020, what happened? He showed say it was classic because he was involved in the national elections. He was involved in bringing in vigilantes to go to Techiman South to go kill Ghanaians at the end of the day, because he had already told us, say, so not say election ankasa, this Yahuna was West, no, a bear classic chance, but he actually proved us right. You buy him to 2020, no. He showed us during 2020 elections, no. Omani a classic because the same vigilante boys, no, or Shomu uniform, or Shomu military uniform, or Momo weapons, or Momo military machines, and okay, said they should go out there and prove to people about his CV, how classic he can make it, and that is how we got to this point. So after 2019, we are West Wagono. They came to 2020, and this is what they did. That's why I keep telling you people, don't underestimate the statement the National Security Boss made today about vigilantism, about how these same people, he wasn't emphatic about a political party, but he was speaking in general terms that the people you saw who did the damage, who basically had weapons, are still in the system. They are rebranding them. Some political parties, not only the MPP, are giving them new names. They are basically grouping them and making sure come 2028, they'll release these people. Until he who gets the first-hand intel and intelligence when it comes to these vigilantes, their activities, we all should not underestimate this statement. We should not see it as a joke. There is an honorable man. For the first time in the history of Ghana, we have gotten a national security boss who is on top of issues. For a long time, Ghana, for what to say, some people have been able to penetrate, do some things in Ghana. We all panicking. At least for the past 1.5 years to 2 years, we have not seen anything like that. It means the national security is on top of issues. The things we used to see in the past, when the Kufuor were in power for 8 years, where everybody was tense, people were scared. You could not even step out to do anything. Under this man's leadership as a national security boss, in fact, we have not felt that kind of tension. Most Ghanaians can attest to this, that even people who travel from outside to Ghana, because the security agencies led by this man, they have been able to put things in order, Ghanaians feel more safe. People are not confident to stay out for long. People now are not scared of their neighborhood because they know that the leadership in charge of our security, they are basically working and making sure you, the Ghanaian, you are safe. But the most important thing is, as some of the national security can do its part. What about us? Those of us who are involved with political parties. Those who are die-hard fans of political parties. Because when Omuko Techiman South, Eko Kloke, Eshuti, they did not ask Ufrehi, Oya Teni, Oya Santini. When the political parties release these animals, like Brandon Champa was saying, and he did, say he will make it classic from 2019, 2020, be classic. When they release these vigilantes, the vigilantes do not care because most of them are on drugs. Most of them are being paid for what they will do. Some people are even told to be paid, are paid per the kind of damage they do. Are we going to be the ones who will be taking the hit? We need to understand when people in positions that are sensitive speak on things that can derail our democracy and also the trust in our elections, we are not supposed to underestimate those statements. And this is something that we all need to keenly follow. We all need to understand that say my own kwine na yeso sa vigilante fo we so na yaka se part na ye doninti yemfa etu nhya aseme sinsem yanko nsabo eso e galamsey site no mbebo etu a they will end up shooting us who are supporting the political parties. So let us be very careful. My disappointment is with the Interior Minister, because you cannot tell me that all these things that happened, Ghanaians voted because they were hurt. Ghanaians voted because they felt pain. Ghanaians voted because the people who committed the crimes are Ghanaians they live with. But for you, Interior Minister, to receive such a dirty report and not to even study the report with the right people before coming out to tell us, a whole Interior Minister telling us that they cannot even find. They are now looking for suspects. They are now looking for the guns. Then it means you, the Interior Minister, at the end of the day, you are not supposed to be the Interior Minister. You are supposed to be sacked because you don't know your job. Because if you know your job, when that report got to you, that investigative report got to you, you should have contacted the right people who at least have knowledge on these things than you. You are a political appointee. It does not necessarily mean that you are a security expert or a defense expert or a terrorism expert. The minister decided to go ahead with such a shoddy job and making us now feel more scared because the people who murdered Ghanaians, 8 Ghanaians in 2020, today, Muntaka is telling us, about that place where the shot happened, there was a commander, there was a district commander, there was a regional commander. You cannot tell me these people worked without a single person being caught. No. It means the interior minister, just to come out to read that report to us means he does not know his job. Because when investigations are done and the report is presented to you, it is up to you, the person who received the report, to make sense out of the report. Because it could be that the investigators were influenced. It could be that the investigators did not do a clean job. It could be that investigators were lazy. They omitted something. So you have to take it upon yourself to reach out to people who are knowledgeable in this job than you to conclude that it is good to go out. That is why when a report comes, when you receive a report, you don't quickly go out and make pronouncement. You wait for expertise to also share their opinion on the report. But because Muntaka Mubarak is always playing to the gallery, because he wants to be seen as Ababa Bontene Makasa, what Muntaka Mubarak has done is that he has put a lot of fear in Ghanaians. And the president of the republic needs to call him to order. If he cannot do this job, the president needs to sack him. Because this is a poor job that was done. I'm not going to mince words. Because from all that we are hearing, and from the statement, let me play. There was there were a lot of people who spoke on this vigilante thing. Let's listen to this man.
This Vigilante Act 999 was a knee-jerk reaction. Because so far as I'm concerned, within 24 hours, the system should have known what had happened. Because those involved were within national security. We had a minister there, we had a coordinator with the IGP who all declined knowledge of what had happened. So what was the problem? Of course, I know that commissions sometimes give you a breathing space. But where all the facts are known within 24 hours, where are we going for commission? So far as I'm concerned, the president had all the means and information to have acted very quickly without going to a commission. On the Vigilante Act, of course, some of you have worked behind the scenes with presidents, and you know
Ghana does not have a vigilantism problem because we don't have laws. And I want us to be very clear about that. We don't have a vigilantism problem because there are no laws. In other words, there are laws, but the laws don't help to protect people against vigilantism. Ghana has a vigilantism problem because it has chosen deliberately, not inadvertently, not to consistently enforce the laws it has already enacted.
He's right. We have chosen not to enforce the law. Because if the law we passed, the anti-vigilantism law we passed, if we really wanted to enforce the law, the minister wouldn't bring such a flimsy, weak investigative report to us. And it is true. Some of them have decided not to enforce the law. Because if you really care about those who were shot, those who were killed, this wasn't a one man holding a gun in public. These were people, about 20 people dressed in military uniforms and police uniforms. They went into a territory with a regional minister, a regional commander, district commander. They were in that that territory for hours. So when you receive a report and a report tells you, we did not find anything, the bullets are not connected to any AK-47, and you as a minister takes it and swallow it, then you are not capable of doing that job. Your actions is showing that we are not ready to fight the people who are involved in these things. The law is there, but we are trying to find ways to get away from the law, or implementing the law, or making sure the law takes its course. And that is what Muntaka Mubarak is doing. The report you received, Muntaka Mubarak, Sankaya Bowbatri Mutua, with all due respect, and I pray it never happens. And come up with a report we actually. And can investigate on the broad and Kasana Bekajan's Uncle Fee. Their job is shoddy. And we need to make sure we get somebody who is ready to make sure that this issue, we get to the conclusion of this issue. Because people need to pay for that. We cannot allow these people to be in the system with these guns. It means you are telling us, say, these people can show up any day. They are going to come back again in 2028. So why should we make you the interior minister? Did you share the report with any security agency? Did you sit with the police? Did you sit with the national security? Did you sit with even them? Did you sit with anybody? You receive a report, you come out and tell us nonsense. Now, Mr. President, we are not going to take this. We are never going to take this report. This report should go back. We need a thorough investigation. This is shoddy. Mr. President, we are not going to take this nonsense from Muntaka. We need to make sure that they get back there, do the job again. We need serious investigators to be on this matter. We cannot be throwing things under the bus anytime. It means going into 2028, these people can show up again. It means Sanko for to us beyond 2028 to kill us. Because the Interior Minister just received the report and that's it. The investigative team that we put together, nullify it and get a new investigative team to take care of this matter. Because what the Interior Minister has done is basically to postpone our death. Ye word we to ashada. Ye di pa musa be wuno and we to ashada, because all these guns are still with these people and they are living in Ghana with us. Mr. President, we can't take this report from the minister. Obienu Wabaji's report. And if you want the Ghanaian to trust you, to trust the NDC government, that you came in to make sure justice is served, then this investigation needs to be done again. Mr. President John Dramani Mahama, Ghanaians will not accept this report from the Interior Minister. And the question I want to ask is, did the Interior Minister brief you on this investigative report? Did you get any briefing? Do you even know what is in the report? We are not going to take this. And this is something that needs to be done, because you promised Ghanaians that the people who murdered Ghanaians in 2020, murdered Ghanaians before 2020, you were going to make sure that they are brought to book. This report Muntaka read to us is empty and it's vague. I have the belief that some covering up happened during the investigations. I have the belief that the people even Muntaka is saying from the investigations are being wanted are people they already know are out of this country. This report looked too planned, too cooked to favor some people, because the double he came to mention, everybody knows that double left this country about 3 years ago. He knows. Muntaka knows. There are people who were seen at Ayawaso West Wagon. There are people who we all saw at Techiman South. These are people who are living with us. In fact, 90% of them, and I can put all their pictures out. And I know the investigators in Muntaka, they know these men, and they are all vigilante boys. We need to get to the bottom of this, or else we are all not going to be happy with you. And this is about life saving. This is about protecting our democracy, protecting our elections, protecting human lives. We cannot play with this. And if the Interior Minister is not ready to go back to redo these investigations thoroughly, he should sack himself. We are not going to entertain this kind of everyday vigilantes come, MPP comes, NDC comes. We need to get to the bottom of this. The way the National Security Board said, these people are now changing names, rebranding, using sophisticated internet tools to recruit. We have to get ahead of them. And for us to start the fight against terrorism or vigilantes, it needs to start today. We need to put these people in. They need to be brought to book. Because if we don't, as a nation, under your leadership, if we are not able to make sure the majority of these people who committed this act are brought to book, then the fight against vigilantism is done, is dead on arrival. That means that promise you made Ghanaians, you have failed. It is very important. And this is not something we have to joke with. So we need answers, and we need real answers, not just answers, Mr. President. At least the statement from these experts who spoke today, and especially the National Security Board statement, is making Ghanaians understand we can do more. They are on the ground, but the crimes committed before, if we don't take care of it, we cannot move forward. And that needs to be done. So, Mr. President, call the Interior Minister and tell him that the report that he read to Ghanaians, we Ghanaians are not happy about it. The job they did was a terrible job. And that we need real investigators who really want to do this job to get on this matter, because we are not going to accept anything than 90% of the people who committed this crime being brought to book and we seeing them in jail. The guns are still out there. The guns these people use, so if the Interior Minister cannot put together an investigative team to find and locate these things, then he does not need to be in that position. And that is our case. Respectfully. With all due respect. Thank you very much. My name is Kevin Akobedu Taylor. It's been a wonderful Tuesday evening. We will show up on Thursday to discuss Ghana. Be good. God bless you. God bless me. Cheers and have a good night. Abuache.
Yo, we are best fishermen. No answer mine. Abuache. You will for Belgium Quant. It was better Belgium Quant. It was two Belgium Quant. Why you're here? Why round what? Why you're here? Why round what? Why you're here? Why round what? Why you're here? Supuno, why round what? It was for Belgium Quant. It was better Belgium Quant. It was two Belgium Quant. It was Belgium Quant. Why you're here? Why round what? 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 Yeah, we papa no. What one is the motto? Yeah, we papa no. What one is the motto? Yeah, we papa no. What one is the motto? Yeah, we papa no. What one is the motto? Why round what? Why you're here? Why round what? I want it. Original. Where you mind?